San Francisco.
And listen to that roar. 49er faith over Soldier Field yesterday in Chicago. And oh, baby, we got action this morning. We got action as the Niners.
Oh, my favorite drop.
Good morning, everybody out there on the roadways. Get off the graveyard shifts. Twitch, YouTube. It's going to be a fun day with you roasters. 888-957-9570. Line them up right now. Has faith been restored in Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers football team? Just right off the rip. They beat the Bears, and I know the Bears are not a good football team.
I'm so sick of hearing people dilute it.
But you know what? When you snap a 4-game losing streak, and you haven't won in a month, and everything, the sky's fallen. Is it Jimmy's last start? Is the head coach to lead the guy? Is he the guy to lead the team in the future? Is Trey Lance going to play? Where's Deebo at? Is Ayuk in a doghouse? Where's the defense at? Oh, boy, Tart's hurt. Ward's hurt. Everybody's hurt. You figure out a way, despite having the ball for only 22 minutes, right? You only had the ball for over 22 minutes and still figure out a way to beat the Bears by 11. Good morning, Langford. Good morning, Curly. Good morning to you, Butch.
I mean, I should get top billing in the words of Dan Dibley. I don't know why you're going to them first. No, I'm just teasing. All right, let's start at the top here. I don't care what anybody says. It's the Bears. It's a rookie. They were missing Nagy. In the NFL, beggars can't be choosers. You got to just win games. I don't care how ugly. I don't care what it looks like. You just got to win, survive, and move on. And that's what the Niners did yesterday. You kind of referenced it. That was a win for our souls. The franchise's soul, the fan base's soul, the head coach's soul, the entire staff's soul, the quarterback's soul, the front office's soul. I can't wait to break it all down with everybody. A phenomenal game by Jimmy Garoppolo. I thought Kyle Shanahan was in his quote-unquote bag in terms of the play calling. Went 5 wide with Jimmy Garoppolo more than my eyes have seen, allowing him to rip it downfield. Brandon Ayuk sighting. Deebo Samuel, absolute stud. Elijah Mitchell having one of the great rookie years a 49er running back has had since Ricky Waters. Like, there's a lot to be excited about, and you're back in the mix. I'm doing it. You're back in the mix.
You know what? I don't want to get ticked off at 6-11 after your performance last Monday. Talking about back in the mix. Let's just save that for a minute.
Have you ever heard of Too Short?
No.
It was all good just a week ago.
I've never heard of Too Short.
Your boy Jay-Z and Too Short.
Who's that?
It's one of the great albums of all time.
I believe
never heard
it was
of Too Short. I think it was Hard Knock Life Volume 2. I could be wrong,
I know what you're talking about.
You know, it was all good just a week ago. So 1 week ago, obviously, the sky was falling. Today, it's beautiful. Even though it's supposed to rain here in San Francisco, a rainbow is now coming over my house.
Look, everybody's going to say, hey, you're a half game out of the wild card. I get it. We're turning the page in November. It's go time.
Ooh, All Souls Day.
It's go time. It's go time. It's November. Weather's getting colder. Daylight savings is coming. It's going to be darker sooner.
Sunday.
It's going to be darker sooner. You got the wounded Arizona Cardinals on deck. D-Hop going to play. Kyler Murray going to play. You lost to him 17-10. Should have won the football game. Now you get him at Levi Stadium. You can get the split and get the 500, 4-4. I don't know. Weirder things have happened. That's why last week I tried to explain to all you knuckleheads. It ain't over.
I know. It took me 7 days to come around
to you. But you know what? Look, it was 4 days to the day yesterday when Jimmy Garoppolo was traded to the 49ers.
Oh, my goodness.
From the Patriots for a second-round pick.
It feels like forever. 4 days. Wow.
4 days, 4 years to the day.
Wow.
All right? 4 years to the day. And I thought Jimmy Garoppolo had one of his finer hours as a 49er. And you know what? That guy has not been appreciated here in San Francisco. Because all he's done, or all he's helped do for this football team, and I know Trey Lance is a future. Hell, Trey Lance may be playing in a couple weeks. We have no idea.
Yeah, but he's
takes
not the
one
topic
bad
today.
game.
Yeah.
He may have one bad game, Jimmy Garoppolo, and that may be it.
Maybe.
But you know what? When he's in that lineup, he gives fans, 49er fans especially, hope that you're going to win the football game. Hope that you're going to be in the football game. And you know what? Yesterday, opening drive, and I love Shanahan, by the way, his game plan yesterday. Shanahan's game plan yesterday was the game plan I like to see. He was aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He was aggressive. First down passing. Jimmy Garoppolo was 7 to 10 on first down passing.
Mm-hmm.
He opened it up. And I thought the first 3 plays, man, Garoppolo throws it to Deebo, drop. All right, you throw it to Brandon Ayuk down the field. I'm seeing people say, oh, he overthrew Brandon Ayuk. Eddie Johnson had great coverage on Brandon Ayuk. All right, you know what? You throw it to a place to where only Ayuk can go get it. And if he can't get it, incompletion. Then you convert a third down. You extend a play later on the drive and throw a third down and get in field goal range to Mohamed Sanu. I thought Jimmy Garoppolo in the first half was the best 49er on the football field. The deep throw to Deebo Samuel right before halftime, I thought it was a great throw. One of his greatest throws as a 49er. So this morning, we need to pull the credit cards out and give Jimmy his credit.
Oh.
Unlimited credit. Because he played awesome yesterday.
Does anyone have I'm not trying to rip Jimmy Garoppolo. Does unlimited credit even exist? I think everyone has a credit limit, correct?
Black card, I don't think it's a credit. It's unlimited credit.
But you ain't rolling like that. That's like a 1% of 1% of 1%.
But Jimmy could roll like that with $137.5 million. Jimmy could roll like that. Come on now. Jimmy could roll like that.
I'm a very big believer in trying to recoup my losses. So as a bank, I'm not sure I'm willing to issue the unlimited credit to Jimmy Garoppolo, but he absolutely deserves credit this morning. I don't know what that particular amount of that line of equity looks like, but Bonte, he was spectacular yesterday. Rhythmic throwing. I thought his sense of urgency was 100% on full display at times. Yeah, he threw a little behind a guy here and there, but I thought he more than made up for it. He made winning play after winning play, stepping up in the pocket, delivering the ball down the field, giving guys a chance to make plays. How about him making the most out of the least on multiple botched plays by different people that were out on the field? Specifically, they couldn't hike the ball in time, and Alex Mack is a separate story. We can talk about him a little later. But on the little, it looks like it's going to be a jet sweep toss to Deebo. He makes a play where no play was to be had. I mean, he played with a sense of fire yesterday that I truly appreciated. It's like that's the Jimmy Garoppolo we all fell in love with.
I love the swagger. I love the fire. I love the desperation. You know, there's people making it out when he scored the second touchdown. Oh, Brandon Ayuk just walked to the sideline. Wide receivers do that all the time. Oh, they didn't tap up Jimmy in the end zone. Stop it. I see wide receivers do that all the time. I see players do that all the time when they run straight to the sideline. This misconception that, Jimmy doesn't have the respect of his peers. We're going to play a little later some of the locker room sound. And when Shanahan said, here's a game ball to Jimmy Garoppolo, the locker room erupted. The locker room erupted. They got Jimmy's back. They have Jimmy's back. And reinforcements are coming next week, so no matter what you say, whether or not, and I've been on Trey Lance, this locker room, they love Jimmy. You can't knock that. And Jimmy came through for him yesterday.
There's no doubt he did. And he got help too as well, which was great because one guy can't win it all. Elijah Mitchell, the rookie, he right now has the 12th most yards a rookie has ever had as a running back for the 49ers. It's kind of crazy to say out loud. 12th most right now through 7 games.
Talk to me when he gets to number 5. 12th.
Let's put it this way. With one good week, if he gets 100, 200 yards, he jumps all the way to top 5.
Yeah, let's talk then when it gets to top 5.
Point being, he's on pace for 1,100 yards, 1,200 yards, which would be the most a 49er rookie running back has ever had. Now, he benefits from the extra game, which Ricky Waters didn't have in 1992. And then Deebo Samuel is on a historic pace right now. Forget Jerry Rice's record. Like that. Let's just put that to the side. Right now, you're looking at a guy with the 3rd most yards of drafted 49er wide receiver has ever had since T.O. left. We're talking 18 years, Bonte. He has the 3rd through 7 games. Deebo has the 3rd most yards a 49er drafted wide receiver has had. I've been waiting for drafted wide receivers to show up and make an impact in real life, not in Madden, not in a simulation, in real life forever. Ayuk has a busting out party yesterday where it's like, oh my God, 44 yards. I know people, 44 yards. This dude has been on a milk carton all year.
Thought he had a good punt return as well. It was great. Thought he had a good punt return.
But if they can get those two going, B, I mean, now we're starting to cook with some oil.
Well, you get those guys going and you get George Kittle back next week. Possibly. Deebo Samuel, 44 catches, 819 yards on the season. He's already eclipsed what he did his rookie season when he had 802 yards. Deebo Samuel's playing like a grown-ass man. And the play yesterday, The 80-yard play that we played to open the show. You heard the roar from the 49er faithful when he's sprinting down the sideline. By the way, great blocks. Great blocks. Great execution on that 3rd and 20. I thought Deebo Samuel, that play, to me, was reminiscent of a gotta-have-it type of play. I go back to 2014 when Kaepernick threw that bomb to Crabtree on a 4th down in the Superdome.
Yeah.
And I know the Niners didn't make the playoffs that season, but it was one of those games where it's like, it kept you in it. That play yesterday, 3rd and 20, to complete that, it kept you in the race. It kept you in the NFC. It made you relevant for at least one more week. That play was big time by Deebo Samuel. That was a grown man play, and it made up for the drop passes on the 1st down.
Yeah.
It made up for the mishaps on the goal line there where he's sprinting in motion. The time he gets messed up because Alex Mack is checking with his left guard, and Jimmy's like, wait, hold on. And then Jimmy has to run it in for a touchdown. Deebo Samuel has been a revelation. And last year, when you think about his lost season, started in training camp. Before training camp, we had the Jones fracture. He was never in shape. He had the injury. It was a lost year. Deebo, when he's in shape, he's a baller. This is why we all wanted him in the draft. Now we're not talking about, you passed up on DK Metcalf. You passed up on this guy. Because Deebo Samuel is playing better than all those guys right now.
There's no doubt. He's been absolutely outstanding. The drops, there's no question he needs to clean that up. Like, I'm not here to defend that. I'm not you can't drop. No, you got it. You got to make plays when the plays present themselves. But he did make up for it yesterday. And his ability to run after the catch, Bonte, I mean, he's a special player, and he's ascending. It looks like he's going to break the wide receiver Pro Bowl kind of streak that the 49ers have had, where they haven't had a Pro Bowler since T.O. at wide receiver. I mean, really, if we're looking at this and we're taking a step back, this is the era of wide receivers, Bonte.
I got something for you here. This schedule that the Niners have down the stretch, we're looking down at the Tennessee game, right, later on in the season. Adam Schefter just reported that Derrick Henry suffered a potentially season-ending foot injury in a win over Indianapolis. He's undergoing an MRI to determine the full extent of the damage.
Wow.
Derrick
that changes
Henry.
Tennessee's entire season.
It changes their entire season.
Wow.
It changes everything.
Wow.
Next week, Kyler Murray may not play.
No J.J. Watt for sure.
No J.J. Watt. You may not see DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, hamstring.
You may be seeing Colt McCoy.
And they have a bye, I believe, the week after Arizona, so they're going to want to, I mean, like, again, I said this to you after I watched that Thursday night game on Friday morning, I'm thinking, if I'm them, they lose a game to the Niners, it's horrible, but if you're Arizona, like, is it better that I get Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins up and running? And I still think I can be competitive against the Niners.
Yeah, but it's a division game.
I know.
And you got to hold on.
They have a cushion.
Dude, you got to play for home field advantage.
But
no
your
cushion.
Quarterback needs.
There's no cushion.
Your quarterback needs to get right.
The Rams are on your ass.
You want to?
You're tied with the Rams. You're 7-1 with the Rams.
Kyler.
You sit Kyler. You may not have a choice to sit Kyler.
They might.
But if Kyler's ready to go, you got to play him.
Well, that goes
the Packers are 7-1. They have the tiebreaker over you.
I hear you.
You lose to the Niners and the Packers
You're
win.
Acting like I'm
essentially
Steve Klein.
2 games. So don't sit here and tell me, you got to sit guys and get rest. This is the NFL. It's November. These guys are going to go. They're going to go.
Their 5'8" quarterback couldn't even stand up on his own power coming off the field. So I'm just saying,
I don't care.
It doesn't look like he's going to play.
You can't just punt a game if you're the Arizona Cardinals.
No, they're not punting.
You can't punt.
They're not punting the game.
All right?
Point being is that the Niners have an opportunity to save their season right now. They're still in it, yes. And getting back to the Deebo thing, this is important. Michael Crabtree is the high water mark in terms of 49er wide receivers that they have drafted, not an acquisition, not Isaac Bruce, not Anquan Bolden, all right, and not Randy Moss. Like they've gotten guys later on in their careers that have come in and been decent, for them. In terms of drafted wide receivers, it's like Arnaz Battle, Cedric Wilson, and it's Michael Crabtree. It is so bad, the production that they've gotten from the wide receiver spot via the draft. So bad. Deebo Samuel having this year, it's a monster year. He's going to crack 1,000 yards. Knock on wood that he stays healthy. And it looks like he's on pace to break the catch mark because they're through 7 games right now. He has 44. The most a wide receiver in a 49er uniform has caught. Do you know what that number is since T.O. left? What's the most?
What's that?
85. 85! They haven't had a 100-yard catch receiver since T.O. This is the era of wide receivers. Seattle last year had 2,000-yard receivers.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get to 85 catches. We'll see, because this is a run-first team, but nobody's having a spectacular season. And I think this draft pick has worked out for the 49ers so far. Let's go to Mondo in Fairfield. Mondo, what's happening? You're on the Morning Roast. You're on 95.7 The Game.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, fellas. So last Thursday or last Friday, after watching the Packers game, I was like envious. I was like, man, look what Michael LaFleur did. Just pull out everything out of his bag. And all I wanted to do was Kyle was to do the same thing. Keep in mind, Michael LaFleur has a Hall of Fame quarterback. And I was just like, just trust your players. Just trust your players. And guess what? Kyle trusts his players, and this happens. So now we're back in the thick of things. All we need is take a game at a time, Arizona, then get the Lambs, and that's all we need, man. I just need Kyle to trust his players, get in the rhythm, and look, man, trust Hasty, trust IU, trust all these guys that you guys drafted. I mean, you drafted them for a reason, so let them play, man. And then, if we're going to be in the thick of things, if we get into playoffs, I just want to take it a day at a time, a game at a time, man. I don't want to look past Arizona. Just get in the thick of things, and then let it all play out. I mean, that's all I got today, man.
Hey, Mondo, good call, and you're right. I'm looking at it like this: next 3 games: Cardinals, Rams, Jaguars. Can you get me to 5-5 after 10?
Yeah,
get me to 5-5 after 10. And now you're cooking with hot grease. Let's go to Gabe real quick in San Jose.
5-5 would be humongous.
Yeah, Gabe real quick in San Jose. What's happening, Gabe?
Hey, good morning, fellas. Raider fan here. I was just calling to congratulate you guys on the win. Those aren't easy to come by in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I just had a question in regards to the Niners playing at home. Can they win at home?
Haven't won at home in like 2 years. I mean, the last time they won at home, I believe, was
against the Rams last Sunday Night Football. Last year on Sunday Night Football against the Rams.
Right? I mean, that's almost 2 full seasons. I mean, it's been a while.
Season.
You know what I mean? It's been a while. I mean, it's been ugly. They need a win big time. I mean, there's no doubt their soul needs it. They needed this one yesterday.
What else you got, Gabe?
I just wanted to say thank you guys for everything that you do. I appreciate it. I feel comfortable enough to call your show, and I hope you guys have a great week.
You too, Gabe. Thanks for the phone call.
Happy All Saints Day.
You know what? The Raiders right now, they're the best team in the AFC West. They're the best team in the AFC West right now. And they should be feeling good. Go to New York City next week playing the Giants team on the short week. Raider fan ought to be ecstatic right now. Raider fan, you got a shot this year. You got a shot.
They need Josh Jacobs healthy.
You know what? And if you get Josh Jacobs healthy, that offense travels. Offense is a new defense in the NFL. Your offense has to carry you, just like this Niners team. This offense is going to take the 49er places, not the defense. We'll get to the defense a little bit later.
I thought the defense adjusted yesterday. I thought as a team they made adjustments yesterday. I know it's a rookie quarterback.
Subpar performance.
Bonte, they're missing like 5 or 6 starters.
It was a subpar performance.
Depending on how you look at it.
Subpar performance.
Hufanga looked great.
You can't. I don't know if he looked great. He looked good.
I liked him.
I'm not throwing around the word great yet.
Okay.
I'm not going to throw around the word great. I'm not going to do that. But look, what's coming up on the game brought to you by Golden State Warriors. I'm fired up this morning.
Yeah.
Got a little edge on my
You're
shoulder.
good, not great.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so everybody's slapping great and GOAT. No. Good, not great. We're going to talk 49er football. Warriors beat OKC Saturday. They got the Hornets on Wednesday. We're going to ratchet that baby up tomorrow on Wednesday when the return of Kelly Oubre Jr. to the Bay happens Wednesday night at Chase Center. Warriors are 5-1. They bounce back from the Grizzlies. But the Niners snapped their 4-game losing streak. Jimmy Garoppolo, has he restored faith in you? Did Shanahan restore faith in you? 49er fans, how we feeling this Monday? Because last week, a lot of you told me the season was over. Something I didn't buy. Season's not over, baby. You're 3-4 now, Niner fan. You got the Cardinals on deck. Come on.
Is this Jim Rome?
It's November, baby.
Come on, Niner fan.
Come on, Niner fan. Let's go.
Come on, clones.
Let's go. Let's go, Niner fan. I know you want me to break, but I'm sending out the bat signal. Talk to me. 888-957-9570. Let's go.
The Warrior season continues.
Get candy last night, B? You were dressed up pretty sweet.
It's got a lot of candy.
A lot of candy?
A lot of candy. And I ate a lot of it already.
That was my next question.
Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Pieces, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
You got to go to his Instagram page, at Bonte Hill.
Or don't go to my Instagram page.
No, go to it. You dressed up as the Incredibles. It was adorable. Just seeing you in spandex was a sight to behold. But no, your family looked absolutely adorable. I'm glad that you had a great day for Halloween.
I did. Hopefully you did too, but I don't even want to talk about that right now. I want to talk 49er football.
I coached the volleyball game. We didn't win. We gave a lot of effort, though.
Hey, good try.
Shout out OLV.
Good job, good effort.
Yeah, they beat us pretty good.
You get them next time.
And my Irish will bounce back. We always do.
This was a great sports weekend. We started off Friday. You had a World Series action, right? Saturday morning starts off with a bang in East Lansing, Michigan.
What a game.
Michigan State.
How about that running back crossing the line as the ball's coming out of the hand? Young people, if you're out there scoring touchdowns, get in the end zone first. How are we still making this mistake?
Hey, Kenneth Walker, the third from Michigan State.
I like him.
Heisman. He's got juice.
I like him.
He's got a lot of juice. Michigan, man, Harbaugh, I was pulling for you.
That quarterback is so weak.
McNamara?
He's weak. They also have like 8,000 freshmen playing at all times.
I know.
On Michigan.
Oh, man.
Those yellow pants are so sick, though.
About time they brought out the maize pants.
Those are clean.
I'm so sick of them going all white. Yeah. The maize pants is what I grew up in.
It was a great day of college football because I had Oklahoma on one channel, even though that was
my quarterback is good.
Yeah,
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and then I had Florida, Georgia. I really like that freshman Florida quarterback, Richardson.
Yeah, he got pulled, though.
Yeah, because he's like freaking 19 years old.
He got pulled.
He's a beast, though. Just give him some time. Georgia's D is ridiculous.
By the way, Donnie Ecker, who we had on here, Giants hitting coach, one of the Giants hitting coaches, is going to Texas. He's joining the Texas Rangers in a bench coach, offensive coordinator role. He's seen around the industry, according to Jeff Passett of ESPN, as a rising star. And players from San Francisco, where he worked with the last 2 seasons, raved about him. Damn.
That's a big loss.
We got to get Donnie Ecker on.
So then also Saturday night, after you had all this college football, I watched a little DJ Uiagalelei. I always pronounce his name wrong. Whatever.
Hey, dude.
From Clemson.
I don't know what's up with that offense.
It's Dabo. I'm telling you, Dabo, I'm out on Dabo. I told you, I've been out on Dabo. But I was also watching you dress up as a doctor on NBC Bay Area, and that was pretty awesome. See my Warriors throttle the Thunder. My Thunder.
You like me injecting fake needles into my veins?
Yeah,
probably not the best look.
No, it was not, and there was also a lot of great Twitter banter that became of that. Something about Kyrie, giving him the shot of some sort.
Yeah,
some very interesting jokes.
Come see me.
Insert your own meme here.
Yeah.
But the Warriors win. Curry doesn't even play in the fourth quarter. It was awesome.
4 straight games he hasn't scored in the fourth quarter. 4 straight games.
Sharks win a game shorthanded with like COVID-19 everywhere.
Cal Berkeley beats Oregon State.
Yeah, I'm going to a Cal game this weekend. Wow. Maybe the worst game in football country.
Bad for you.
Yeah, listen to this game.
Feel bad for you.
One of the 2 worst teams in the FBS. Arizona versus Cal.
Yeah, and you're going to that?
Yeah, I'm going to take my niece out there. I'm going to go see her.
That's terrible.
Well, I'm out in Arizona.
Tucson's a nice side. I like Tucson.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's good college town.
Yeah.
Good college town. Also,
she's a freshman, so
we're going to bring up Stafford. They lost to Washington. What a terrible game that was Saturday night on the farm.
Yeah, don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, we're not going to have to talk. We don't have to talk about that.
I want to talk about Jimmy G.
Bob Melvin to the Padres. We did discuss that. No Bruce Bochy, but let's talk Jimmy G. Let's talk 49er football, as this segment is presented by Golden State Lumber. Lumber and building materials for professional builders and contractors throughout Northern California. Visit goldenstatelumber.com, as well as this segment is brought to you by Fremont Bank. Full-service banking, no compromises. 650, I hope DJ transfers to Southern California. Dabo Clemson, not good for him. He may come back west. Come back home, DJ. Don't go to USC.
Who's coaching USC?
They're going to get somebody. They're going to get somebody.
James Franklin?
Yeah, they're going to get somebody. They're going to get somebody.
Oh, boring.
They're going to get somebody. Dominica Pinot, what's happening? You're on the morning roast here on 95.7 again.
Hey, Bonte, I just want to tell you, man, before I hated you and Shasky, but I've been listening to you. And, man, watching you represent the Bay, man, you grew on me. I got to have me some Bonte, man. Just your energy, the way that you just don't give up on your teams, but you do tell the truth. Man, I love you, man, and I can't wait to get to one of those Warrior games and just scream out, Bonte!
Well, I appreciate that.
Keep representing the Bay, man.
I appreciate that. What's your thought? Oh, well, that's it. Then he comes on. I hated you with Shasky.
I mean,
that's strong.
It's like coffee. We're an acquired taste, and then eventually we become a necessity. You can't live without us.
Anna was telling me that she was talking to one of her friends, and that one of her friends was talking to one of their friends, and they were listening to 95.7 The Game at the time.
Oh.
And my voice came on, and the guy who was in the car said, I can't stand this guy. He's so damn annoying. I hate Vontae Hill. I hate him. And it was like, yeah, sports fans, they either love you or hate you. There's a lot of haters out there. I love the haters.
When you don't exist in their eyes, that's when you need to worry.
Hey, where's the haters at now when it comes to 49er football that said the season's over? Season's not over, and I get it. It's the Bears. It's the Bears.
Why do we do that?
I don't care.
It's the NFL.
I don't care.
The Jets just beat the Cincinnati Bengals, who everyone thought was going to stomp them. How many survivor pools were ruined yesterday?
Probably a lot.
Anybody could beat anybody in the NFL.
Probably a lot. Cleveland loses to Pittsburgh. All right? Indianapolis loses in overtime to Tennessee.
Carson Wentz.
The Patriots go to L.A. and beat the Chargers.
Yeah,
they beat the Chargers.
I didn't have that on my flow chart of success over the weekend.
They beat the Chargers. Mac Jones and company beat the Chargers in L.A.
Is this a Boston accent you're trying to pull off?
No, just the Chargers. I like to say the Chargers.
Oh.
San Diego Superchargers. Too bad we can't sing that song no more. San Diego.
You are
Superchargers.
Out there today. I love it.
I am out there.
You know why I'm out there? Up in there
no, you know why I'm fired up? Because Jimmy Garoppolo showed me something. He let his balls drop yesterday in his homecoming. You know what? Send his family, send his friends to Levi Stadium next Sunday. Let them watch the game. I thought Jimmy was the best player on the field for the 49ers in the first half. I thought he played well in the second half. Look, I know it's the Bears. There's no Khalil Mack, but the guy improvised. The guy bought time. The Mohamed Sanu play was a great sign to me on the opening drive. 3rd and 23. He's sitting there. Hasty's in a flat. How many times have we seen Jimmy Garoppolo just check it down to the flat with no hope? And they say, you're facing 4th and whatever in no man's land and you're punting the football. To throw it high to Mohamed Sanu there and say, you know what? I'm going to buy time, look around. Ching, let me hit Sanu.
They scored on 7 straight possessions to end the game and didn't punt in the game. They missed a field goal.
And they only had the ball for 22 minutes and 49 seconds.
I thought they were outstanding. I thought Jimmy Garoppolo was as good as he could be. There's no question about it. And look, they got a long way to go, but this franchise needed a win. The soul needed the cleanse of a victory, and they got it, and I feel really good this morning.
888-957-9570. Are you back on board with the 49ers? What about Kyle Shanahan? I thought Shanahan called a great game plan. This is the Shanahan I love. This is the Shanahan that I want to see every single week. Dial up the pass plays on first down. Throw the football down the field. Don't be afraid to just let it go. I thought he was in his bag. This offense had a nice rhythm to it, despite only having the ball for 22 minutes and 49 seconds. Mm-hmm. Chicago had the ball for over 37 minutes. And this offense was still able to operate and play with the desperation that we haven't seen in a month.
No.
We haven't seen this in a long time.
Well, and I just thought he was very rhythmic in his throwing yesterday and hitting guys in stride. How many times did they go 5 wide? And there was actually a couple of nice plays by Jermichael Hasty when they split out wide. I thought this team with no George Kittle moved the ball as well as they've moved the ball in 2 years. I mean, whatever adjustment they made at halftime, and again, big victory because you're down 1 at halftime. Shanahan is now 5-28 when losing at halftime. 5-28, Bonte.
Well, you know what? He got the dub yesterday.
Hey, I love
the dub yesterday. We're going to talk all about it here. Your phone call's coming up. The morning roast where you either hate or love Bonte and Shasky. You either hate us or you love us. There's no in between, baby.
What's the game song with 50?
Hate it or love it.
The underdog's on top.
I'm gonna shine and then I'm gonna stop. It be me. I'm life's real MVP.
Swear.
Come on now.
Oh.
Come on now. Feeling good on the roast on a Monday. Where you at? Come talk to us, man. tone setters.
I got some Elijah Mitchell stuff I want to get into.
Elijah Mitchell. I want to get to Shanahan. I want Shanahan sound. I want everything. Again, it's all about you today, callers. It's all about you, Texers.
He wants it all.
It's all about you, roasters
and he shot
on YouTube,
the sheriff.
On YouTube and Twitch. Where you at? Warriors win. Sharkies win. Niners win. Cal wins. I'm not going to bring up the school down in South Bay. San Jose State wins. City College of San Francisco curb stomps Laney Friday.
SI beats Reardon.
Yeah, shocker there. Not really. More coming up on the roast.
It was a much-needed win for the red and gold. Now, back to the Morning Roast, presented by Timeless Coffee with Bonte and Shasky.
How about that? Elijah Mitchell, 18 carries, 137 yards, and that touchdown where the pile just got pushed from the 5-yard line into the end zone. What a run by him. He's looking good, although he ran into a couple offensive linemen and a couple runs like, yo, where's the vision? But he looked good. Looked good for the most part. Elijah Mitchell and reinforcements are coming. We saw Hasty yesterday. Jeff Wilson Jr. could be on the way soon. Trey Sermon down on the depth chart. Oh, man. But, hey, we're looking at the positives here. Looking at the positives. I'm trying to do it. Positive. Life's too short, right? We come out of the pandemic, Shasky. Warriors are winning. I feel good. We'll get to the Warriors. Don't worry. Today may not be the day, though. They just beat up on OKC to go to 5-1. I never want to see OKC ever again, even though the Warriors are going to see them one more time. And I thought there was a lot of guys who look good. Oklahoma City just should not be in the NBA. Let them play in the G League. Let them play the G League Unite.
I do like Josh Giddey, though.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
SGA's good.
He's nowhere near where he needs to be. I'm not convinced SGA can play winning basketball. He's an ISO guy. He needs to learn how to play with. I mean, their whole team does. It's not just him. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah. Well, let's put this to the side. 49ers big win yesterday. Elijah Mitchell, who we came back with from the break there. Ricky Waters had probably the greatest rookie season in terms of running back production that the 49ers have ever seen. He joins a team that's absolutely loaded. He's coming out of Notre Dame. Not only does he run for over 1,000 yards in a 16-game season, he only really played 12, 13 games. He also caught 400 yards in
Ricky
pass.
Waters is a real deal.
I mean, he literally walked into 1,500 yards every single year. Elijah Mitchell is not a pass catcher. I think he's only got like 4 or 5 catches on the year out of the backfield. He is a very good open field runner, and I loved what I saw from him on the outside stuff, especially the zone cuts and the way he was shifty on the edges. Reminded me a lot of Garrison Hurst, Charlie Gardner, where once he gets out into the space and he's got some room to scamper a little, I mean, he'll give you a little juke, and I love that about him. In between the tackles, yeah, it was tough sledding yesterday. Their offensive line, in terms of push up the middle, not good.
Not great.
It's not good.
Not great.
Now, we can nitpick his vision and this and that. The yards are always going to be compressed in the middle of the field, and I thought that he did a really good job showing toughness. I think there's something there with this kid. I don't know what he eventually comes into, but for a 6th-round pick, he's giving you tremendous value right now. I believe only Najee Harris, in terms of the rookie running backs, has given his offense more production right now. I love what I've seen from him. Can he continue to keep this going? We shall see. But I'm excited about Elijah Mitchell's prospects as a 6th-round running back. They found something here.
Before we go back out to the lines, 888-957-9570. Lines are lit up right now. Let's hear what happened in the locker room after the game. Here's what Kyle Shanahan did.
Hey, guys, I want to give 1,000 out, but I can't. I'm going to give one in particular. All right, he started here for us a number of years ago, came back to his hometown, and all right, he, like everyone in here, has had his back against the wall. He stood right up to it and went off today, but Jimmy.
Hey, Cal said all week is whatever it takes, and that was whatever it takes game, man. Dogfight out there, that's what we do, though. That's who we are, all right? Hey, keep this momentum, ride this in the next week. Enjoy it right now, but we're on to the next week as soon as we get back, all right? We're not three! 1, 2, 3!
There's a lot of F-bombs, a lot of swear words, but Jimmy gets a game ball playing in front of his family and friends in a homecoming 4 years to the day he was traded to San Francisco. And his first ever start for the Niners came at Soldier Field when they won the freaking football game. And yesterday, Jimmy, he wasn't the issue.
No.
Hell, he wasn't the only issue last week against Indianapolis. But, you know, it is what it is. It comes with the territory when it comes to the quarterback position. Jimmy Garoppolo was good yesterday. He was really good. 17-28, 322 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't get into quarterback ratings or QBR or anything. I know what my eyes saw. My eyes saw a quarterback who was able to lead a team in its scoring position. Yeah, you had to settle for some field goals. It happens in the NFL. You put up 33 on the board. I get it. Chicago's banged up. So are the Niners. Niners on it. They're banged up.
The Niners
Both teams
are banged up.
A road win in the NFL. Go ask Cincinnati how easy it is. All right? They lost to the Jets. Winning on the road in the NFL ain't easy. It just ain't Tampa Bay. They go down to the Dome. They lose to Trevor Siemian and the Saints. Brady. That's right, Brady. They lose to the Saints. All right? Winning on the road in the NFL just ain't easy.
No.
I'm going to take this win. You should take this win, Niner fans. And you know what? You play Arizona next week, a wounded duck. You got a chance to be 500. You got a chance to be 500 getting into the stretch drive here in November.
You know, everyone's going to look at the Deebo screen and they're going to say, or the run, or the Deebo throw before halftime. Early in this game, he actually ripped one deep, and it was long. I think it was to Ayuk, I believe. And it was
second play of the game.
Dude, I'm like, where has this been?
Mm-hmm.
Where has this been? I don't even care that you incompleted it. Like, for me, it was like, stretch the field vertically. Make them think about it a little.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. So, yeah, of course they need to clean up the drops and the penalties. I mean, you get Deebo down at the 1. What's the first thing you do? You false start? I mean, like, oh, my goodness. But Jimmy Garoppolo rebounded. I thought he made a hell of a play on what was going to be like a Deebo toss, jet sweep deal. He made a play where there was no play. He played with a sense of urgency and a willingness to rip the ball down the field that I have been screaming to the high heavens for 2 years now. So it was great to see him unlock that. They need to bottle this up, and to hear that team in that locker room be so united behind Kyle Shanahan and behind Jimmy Garoppolo. Man, it was great. That was what their soul needed. Their organization, top to bottom, needed that victory. I think the fan base needed that victory.
No doubt about it. Shout out to Oscar and EPA. He shot us a video yesterday on Twitter. He was at Soldier Field. He's out there in Chi-Town listening on the Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app. You can hear us right now on the Odyssey app. Oscar and EPA, shout out to you. Shout out to Miles out there in Frisco. He's out there in Chicago. A lot of Niner fans in Chicago. If you're in Chicago, give us a call. How was it? I love Chicago. You ever been to Chicago?
I have, and it's a beautiful, beautiful town.
Do the architecture tour?
Yeah, and I didn't do that. I did my own little architecture tour, me walking around and just admiring. I mean, whenever you're in one of those hotel rooms right there on the water, I mean, it's just some really iconic views.
Oh, it is.
I mean, they're all picturesque.
You got a lot of rooftop bars in Chicago. Good food.
It's a great bar town.
It's a great bar town.
Yeah.
No, I love
more so than
Chicago.
San Francisco. And San Francisco used to have an identity as a great bar town.
Yeah,
I think it's slowly waning.
No, not
Shout
anymore.
out Carl's Beacon on Terraville, though.
Man, not anymore. Let's go to Neff in Santa Clara. Neff. What's happening? You're on the roast, baby.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What's up, baby? You sound like you still asleep. What's up?
Nah, I'm just in the middle of work right now. I'm in the storage room. I love listening to you guys' show, man. I'm a Raider fan over here, but I listen to you guys about an hour before Raider Nation Radio starts, and that's about 3 minutes. So I just want to say, Bonte, I empathize with you big time, man. I'm a fan like you. I get high like you. I get low like you when the team gets low. But Niner fans, you guys got a lot to be happy about right now. Jimmy, he showed some cojones. He went out there, put them on the table. And what did they do? Came out with the winner. You know what? It's a great Monday. Warriors won. Sharks won. Niner fans, you guys should be happy. Let's go.
All right, look at that. Raider fan calling in.
I'm with him.
And you know what? The Raiders should be happy right now. They're in first place in the AFC West, baby. First place. AFC West.
I'm looking at these standings right now for the 49ers, man, and I'm just so excited. I mean, you're looking at it right here. The 7th seed in the playoffs right now is the Carolina Panthers at 4-4.
All right, no. I'm not letting you do this.
No, I am.
I'm not. No.
The 49ers half game out.
No.
Minnesota, Niners, Atlanta.
No.
We're right there.
I'm not letting you do this.
We're right there.
You're not allowed to do this.
I am.
I will read the playoff standings on this show.
I just did it.
From here on out. Nobody listens to you. Nobody's listening to you. You're not allowed to do that.
You won a game with no George Kittle. You're a half game out. You're getting your team leader back against a division leader, team that's second in the NFC right now, the Arizona Cardinals. They're banged up, circling the drains. Ooh, baby. Ooh,
Langford,
baby.
he's not allowed to do this. I can't let him do this. Not after last week. No. Not after last week. You can't read off the playoff standings.
I just did.
I'll do that from here on out. I told you. I'm now the ambassador of this 49er fan base.
Oh.
I will lead them into November.
Okay.
Into December.
Thank you, Steve.
And I will lead the way.
Thank you, Jerry.
You follow.
Okay, Brent.
You follow.
Got it, Ronnie.
You follow.
Okay.
Missing link in parts unknown. What's up, Missing Link? How you doing?
Hey, first off, I just want to say nothing but love coming from the Missing Link with Svante and Shasky bringing quality sports talk to the Bay Area.
Appreciate that.
It's good to hear you guys.
I appreciate
49er faithful, okay? Faithful. That means even when they're down. And I'm going back to Preston Riley. And if you don't know who he is and what he did, then you're not faithful, okay? We've been up, we've been down. The 49ers are still in it. Jimmy G looked good. Who knows what can happen next week and the rest of the season, but you got to keep your hopes up. And don't forget the Raiders either. I'm a Bay Area fan. I love the Raiders. Go back to Daryl LaMonica days. You can root for the Raiders too, okay? We had the TV on watching the Raiders, and we had the radio on listening to the Niners during the Immaculate Reception. And then Joe Montana came on the scene, brother. That's all I got.
I didn't know where you was going, Missy Leak. I didn't know where you were going. You went somewhere. We got there. I just didn't know where you were going.
He went Preston Riley on me, and I had to double-check to make sure that I was correct in my factual interpretation of history. Do you know the Preston Riley play?
No.
It's the infamous onside kick that the Niners botched in the 72 game in the playoffs against the Dallas Cowboys when Dick Nolan
lost three straight.
Yeah, and they were up in this game, and they ended up losing to the Dallas Cowboys. And this whole early 70s losing was what spurned such the big victory against the Big D in 81. Because they were the team that the Niners just couldn't get past. And yes, Mike Nolan's dad, Dick Nolan, was the head coach of the team at that time. So Preston Riley was the guy that the ball bounced off of.
Yeah, they lost three straight. I can't believe they lost three straight times to the Cowboys in the 70s. Tsunami out there in Arkansas on the Odyssey app. From the Bay, but he's on the Odyssey app out there in Arkansas.
Oh, thank you.
Right on, Tsunami. Right on, Tsunami.
Speaking of tsunami, it was like a tsunami of 49er fans yesterday at Soldier Field. I actually heard a defense chant when the Niners were on defense. It was great to see. Niner fans have been traveling very well. This defense, though, man, I thought Nick Bosa played his heart out yesterday. That dude's a monster.
Before we get into the defense, here,
they need somebody opposite him to step up. Ibukam made a play though.
I wasn't impressed with the defense yesterday. This segment is presented by Golden State Lumber and Building. He blew containment a few times. Presented by Golden State Lumber and building materials for professional builders and contractors throughout Northern California. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. You are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM, NHD1 San Francisco, and Odyssey Station. Brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified. The defense, look, they're on the field a lot.
I know.
On the field a lot. And Justin Fields, so far in his career, he gets on that perimeter. And he makes things happen. Niners, time after time after time after time, despite playing against Kyler Murray within the division, despite playing against Russell Wilson within the division, despite playing mobile quarterbacks left and right, Jalen Hurts, you're giving up you're blowing containment left and right. And I saw that from Bosa. I saw that from
but Bosa did it one time on fourth and short, and I would defend them on this one because they had not run RPO for 2 straight weeks, the Bears, and there was tons of criticism about them not running any RPO. So the tape's telling you that they're not doing it. You got to credit. Look, I mean, Justin Fields made a hell of a play on that fourth and short.
You know it, but you're going to look at all the games. You're going to crunch all the game footage from not only the last 2 weeks, but the last month.
If your takeaway was Bosa didn't ball out yesterday, I don't know what to say.
No, I didn't say Bosa didn't ball out, but I said he wasn't perfect.
Well, of course he's not perfect.
He blew containment a couple times. I wasn't impressed with the defense. They didn't get a lot of pressure on Justin Fields. They had a lot of time to throw yesterday.
That I agree with.
Eric Armstead blew containment. Ibukam was okay. He was just okay. Herbert was running right up their throats. All right? The defense yesterday wasn't impressive.
Herbert did run well. But Bonte, I mean, they're playing a guy, Flanagan, at linebacker no one's ever heard of. They're playing Wilson in the secondary.
Everybody's dealing with injuries.
They're starting a rookie safety.
I'm seeing the Baltimore Ravens lose half their defense. They're still playing at a high level.
That's literally what the Niners have lost. They've lost 6 starters.
Baltimore's not making these excuses. All right? Arizona's not making.
I'm not saying that they're making excuses. They won the game.
They don't have half their defense. Defense didn't play well. I don't care who's in the lineup. I don't care who's in the lineup.
I don't think they were that bad. I thought they adjusted in the second half. I thought they looked pretty good.
They played okay.
They gave up, 8 points in the second half?
That's fine. They gave up a lot. They got to clean some things up here. I thought the secondary played a lot of soft coverage, and it was embarrassing.
Josh Norman is who he is. He's going to make a play here and there. What?
Emmanuel Mosley
He's playing way off him. I don't understand why he's playing way off of Mooney. But they did slow down Allen Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, him and Justin Fields do not have a rapport together.
Very odd.
Yeah, they do not have a rapport together. Let's go to our main man, Chambry, 888-957-9570. Chambry, how you feeling this Monday morning here on The Roast?
Hey, boys. Appreciate you guys taking the call. I'm all right. I mean, I'll take the W, but, I kind of treat it, right or wrong, I guess. I kind of treat it like my son. I'm expecting him to get A's and B's, so, he gets a nice little knuckles when he pulls up with the A, but keep it moving. We got to get him off. So.
Yesterday wasn't an A. Look, there's no question, Chambry, and I'll let you continue. There's no defending it. Yesterday was not an A, but I'll take it. This team is in no position to scoff at victory, so I think they needed this one bad.
Yeah, without a doubt, we needed it, and then we need another one and another one after that. So, we get a little streak of a couple games going, then you can crack a smile on me. But, with the talent that we have, I think all of us have expected us, obviously, for the record to be better. So I'll take the W, but I'm not as happy as could be. I was happy as hell to see Ayuk finally get involved and, quote-unquote, have a breakout game for his standard this year. And I also like you guys said real quick, I know the defense didn't play good, but me personally, I was happy to finally see Bosa play more snaps at left end other than just lining up at right end, because it's so easy for the defense every game to go in with the game, or the offense of the opposing team to go in with a game plan to chip block and roll, protection to his side every time when he's on right end. So
they did a good job.
See that, and
yeah, that's a good call, Chambry, because I thought the Bears did a really good job letting him get upfield with the one tight end. He thought he had one-on-one. Fields would step up, and then boom, across the formation, here comes the second tight end to crack Bosa. They just did a really good job, and it opened up running lanes for Justin Fields. Justin Fields he's a great athlete.
That's going to happen all season, though. And by the way, shout out to Timeless Coffee. Coffee. I need you this morning.
Good call on that.
Trick-or-treating yesterday. Ran into Kenny Wardell here at 95.7 the game. He made this drink, the stiff drink. It was supposed to be vodka and soda, or vodka and Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
It just tasted like a whole lot of vodka.
Oh.
Had your boy feeling rough this morning, but shout out to Timeless.
I couldn't tell.
You brought me back. I mean, my rough day. Well, you know what? My rough days are a lot of guys' best days, baby.
Thanks, LeBron.
Loaded. How you like them apples? Nick Bosa's going to get chipped a lot.
He is.
That's going to happen all season long.
He made a hell of a play on the one where he's getting tackled down to the ground and he grabbed. Well, he did it to the running back and he did it to the quarterback on separate plays. I mean, the dude's he's looking at double-digit sacks at some point this year.
Yeah, that may happen.
On a D-line that's suspect.
And I thought this was the strength of the team coming in. The injuries, obviously, Javon Kinlaw is out for the season. It has been announced that he's going to have knee injury, knee surgery, and Shanahan, he believes that they're going to figure out the problem, that they're going to clean it up. So we'll be back next year, but a lost season for Javon Kinlaw. DJ Jones was in and out of the lineup getting hurt.
Mm-hmm. Stepped on his foot.
Interior defensive line. So you know what? In order for this team to make a run, the offense is going to have to carry the day.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
The offense is going to have to carry the day. And yesterday, 33 points on the board, despite only having the ball for 22 minutes and 49 seconds. It's going to have to be the offense. Deebo, Ayuk, Mitchell, Kittle's going to be back. Just get the ball to the playmakers and let the playmakers make plays. And that's what happened yesterday.
So I know by the numbers that the 49ers defense actually ranks high. The penalties have skewed their numbers. So their actual yardage that they give up per game looks better because you don't calculate the penalties that are thrown in there. But I would say this. I think Dallas has a great defense. I think that Green Bay has a very underrated defense. Are there any other great defenses in the NFC? I'm asking out loud. It feels like it's a very
I don't think there's any great defenses in the entire NFL.
Well, that's kind of where I'm going right now.
Like maybe Buffalo, maybe.
Yeah, but they were playing Miami, so I'm not sure. Yeah.
There's no great defenses in the NFL. It is an offensive league.
Exactly. So as much as we're harping on the defense, and I agree. Look, I thought the D-line was going to be better. They have not performed. Individual guys have not performed. They need to be able to get off the field. And when they needed multiple stops yesterday, they got the stop that they needed. They absolutely got the stop they needed. And then conversely, the offense went down and scored right away. So if they can find a way to play complimentary enough football here over the next couple of weeks, they're right back in this bad boy. Like, they're not mathematically eliminated by it at all.
Yeah, I know. This is what I was trying to explain last week to you.
Yeah, and you're right. I've come around.
It's not
to your
about
thinking.
being right. It's not about being
I'm
right.
sitting here at the campfire with you.
This is what I was afraid of.
I got my marshmallows. I'm roasting them.
This is what I was afraid of. Nick Bosa, by the way, 7 sacks on the season. This is what I was afraid of. That, it's a great win. It's a great win. I don't want to get too high off beating the Chicago Bears. I need to see what happens next week against Arizona.
Of course.
I need to see what happens on Monday Night Football against the LA Rams.
Well, of course.
I need to see that before I say this team is destined to the playoffs or they got action.
Week to week,
they're playing a rookie quarterback in this offense. Look,
and no head coach.
It's a problem. No head coach.
No Mac.
Chris Tabor was coaching. Maybe he did a better job.
I actually was impressed with him.
At him.
Yeah.
But seriously, they got no pressure on Justin Fields. That concerns me.
Yeah.
That concerns me. You got to, outside of Bosa, where's the pressure? I need Armstead to step up.
Ebicam made the one great play on whatever was fourth down, third down.
One play. Yeah,
he had the one great play after he jumped off sides, and then he's
had one play.
Ebicam has not been good.
Had one play. What's his name? Eric Armstead had no plays.
Yeah, they couldn't stuff the run
I didn't
at
see
all.
him make one play. So this defense moving forward, it's a big question mark. It's a huge question mark. Huge. But if Garoppolo and Shanahan can dial up plays like they did yesterday, then maybe you got a shot. Here's what's coming up on the game, brought to you by Mimecast. More of your phone calls, 888-957-9570. Lines are stacking up here. We'll read some of the texts here on the text line. Roasters on YouTube and Twitch. How you feeling about yesterday? Is your faith restored in this football team? Is your faith restored? Let's get into Kyle Shanahan here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game. Safeguard your organization against phishing, business email compromise, and risk of ransomware. Visit Mimecast.com. That's MIMECAST.com.
It was a much-needed
to Deebo Samuel.
Now, back to the Morning Roast, presented by Timeless Coffee with Vontae and Shasky.
What a throw. What a catch. Adam Amin on the call for Fox Sports. What a play.
Did you like Greg Olsen on the
I did like Greg Olsen.
Broadcast?
I like Greg Olsen a lot.
Me too. I enjoyed him on there.
By the way, Stephen Langford, what you got here?
I know this is a normal song we play just to come back from rejoins, but this is from the Odyssey exclusive stations. Just go to the search bar, and the first thing that I clicked on was Tupac Radio.
Oh, nice.
And then this was one of the songs that popped up.
Tupac Radio.
It's all about you.
Tupac Radio. I like it. The
Everywhere I
official
go.
Download the Odyssey app. The
Same
new
Joe.
Odyssey exclusive station on the Odyssey app, brought to you in part by Macy's, Geico, and Coke Zero Sugar. Also, the segment is brought to you by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises. 888-957-9570. We'll do No Huddle at 7:40 today. 7:40, No Huddle coming up, where you have 30 seconds to get in and out. In and out with the take. 49er fans, football fans, how are you feeling about that win yesterday? Has order been restored with the 49ers? Did Shanahan restore faith in you? Did Jimmy Garoppolo restore faith in you? Trey Lance played 0 snaps yesterday. And I thought it was appropriate. You know, I saw a lot of people clamoring for Trey Lance to run a 2-minute drill before halftime. Thinking to myself, why? Guys have played in a couple of weeks. You're in the football game. This is Jimmy's game. Let him have it.
It did look at times in the first half that the offense was constipated, struggling, biting themselves in the foot. It just feels like this team as a whole, even though they got the win yesterday, when it was a great win, they have to shore up their own self-inflicted penalties. Whether it's them botching a particular play, pre-snap penalty, holds. I mean, look at the Deebo Samuel play is a great example. They're 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 19, and he makes an unbelievable individual play, get great blocking on it, gets it all the way down to the 1 after they overturn the touchdown. And what do? You false start, and you go back a couple yards. And it's like, come on, guys, we can't do this. So it's very frustrating. They missed a field goal. They missed an extra point in that game. I know it's the backup, but all of these little things, like, they need to shore them up. But they needed a win bad, and I just love the way they played in the second half. I thought they adjusted. That play right before halftime, the Jimmy Garoppolo throw to Deebo Samuel was outstanding. Everybody's losing their minds on the very next play where Jimmy Garoppolo was holding the ball, tries to roll out just a little to throw in the flat to Deebo Samuel. It's a tough play.
Tough play.
It's a
Great
tough play. I know everyone wants him to hit that play, but like, easier said than done. There's only 7 seconds left on the clock. You got to make sure that you get the field goal attempt.
Yeah, I'm with you. And they get the field goal attempt, and they come out in the second half, 3rd and 20, the 80-yard play by Deebo Samuel. Great play. Great play. Figure out a way to win the football game.
Exactly.
After losing 4 straight, just got to find a way to win a game. Win a game. Then you get to do this in the locker room afterwards. You get to do this.
Hey, guys, I want to give 1,000 out, but I can't. I'm going to give one in particular. All right? He started here for us a number of years ago, came back to his hometown. And, all right? He, like everyone in here, has had his back against the wall. He stood right up to it and went off today, but Jimmy.
Hey, Cal said all week. It's whatever it takes. And that was whatever it takes game, man. Dogfight out there. That's what we do, though. That's who we are, all right? Hey, keep this momentum. Ride this in the next week. Enjoy it right now, but we're on to the next week as soon as we get back, all right? We're not three. 1, 2, 3.
We know Jimmy's not the future.
He was outstanding
standing on the sideline. Future's on the sideline. But you need a number 10 to step up. Because number 10 last week took a lot of heat in the monsoon. He took a lot of heat. A lot of heat. A lot of people didn't want to see Jimmy Garoppolo anymore. I didn't think it was all his fault last week against the Colts. I thought play calling, bad challenges, defensive pass interference last week was awful. Awful. Defensively, they were awful. Awful. Jimmy Garoppolo in this offense saved the defense, I thought, yesterday. Defense, okay, they give up 22 points, but Justin Fields had time. He broke containment. Moody was running wide open. Chicago read the football. Herbert averaged 4 yards a carry, or 3.1 yards a carry, but he had some nice, tough runs in the first half, and they controlled the football, controlled the clock. But But you know what? I thought this offense showed up today, or yesterday. Defense, you look at the pass interference penalties. They've had 14 pass interferences called on them this season. 11 accepted for 250 penalty yards. That's the most in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I thought the secondary was average yesterday. Thought it was very average at best, and I'm being kind today. I'm being real kind. Front seven was not impressive to me yesterday. So this game fell on the offense. It fell on Kyle Shanahan. It fell on Jimmy Garoppolo. It fell on Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, in this offense. And I thought Shanahan called a damn good game. Give him his flowers for yesterday. We're going to give Jimmy his flowers for yesterday. Give Shanahan his flowers. I thought he was aggressive on first down. Thought he was aggressive taking shots down the football field. Thought he had a really good rhythm in calling this game yesterday, Shasky.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And look, they did give up a lot of running yards to the running backs. Herbert, who ended up getting hurt, came back out there. And obviously to Justin Fields, who was electric with his legs. I thought they shut down the pass for the most part. Now, yeah, he was getting a lot of the underneath stuff. I thought Justin Fields was in rhythm. Looks really good early on. They adjusted. And when they needed to make stops, they got him. Now, you know, obviously, this is a rookie. I mean, this is a rookie. I believe this might be the most amount of yards he's thrown for all year. This was one of his best games as a pro, if not the best one for Justin Fields. So, obviously, you have to grade that on a scale. But, you know, like, there's so many guys hurt right now. You lose Ward in the middle of that game with the quad injury. Mm-hmm. You're out here, you know, again, with a rookie safety. You're out there with a fourth-string linebacker, not a third string, not even a second, a fourth-string linebacker. I'm looking at my DN, like Ibukam. I mean, oh, my goodness, can't do much. At most, you're playing Katavius Street, who's your fourth D tackle for large parts of the fourth quarter of that game. It's not pretty, but they got the win. And that's all they needed to get back in there. And on the offensive side that you were talking about, B, I mean, 300-yard passer, 100-yard rusher, 150-yard receiver. Right. That's the explosive template. Throwing to set up the run might be the way to go from here on out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there. And now you got a big game on Sunday. All right, 49er fans, where you at?
How happy were you to see Brandon Ayuk get the 4 catches,
very happy.
the red zone target? What'd you think of that?
I was very happy to see him.
I mean, it's a scratch at the surface because obviously we believe he can do more, but it was nice to see him get involved.
It was great to see him get involved. He's a playmaker. Guy has talent. He even had a nice punt return.
He did have a nice punt return. He gets hit hard on those, though. I get a little worried. I'm not going to lie.
Here's what Shanahan had to say about Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, I thought B.A., I mean, I don't know what his numbers were or anything, but B.A. played his butt off today. He was great. I knew he had a chance going into the game. You know, he's strung together a number of good weeks here, and I felt like this was the main week where his game really went up in practice, where he gave me a lot of confidence throughout the week, gave the quarterbacks a lot of confidence, our team, and I could feel it from him all week, and I felt it today. So big props to B.A. today.
B.A. has now eclipsed 100 yards on the season. Week 8. Let's go, baby.
Hey, you got to crawl before you can walk.
Moving on up.
You know?
Moving on up, Brandon Ayuk.
On the other side of that, wide receiver room, you got Deebo going 6 for 171. He's getting basically over a third of the targets. Mm-hmm. Of all the targets the 49ers are throwing out there in pass attempts, he gets a third of them. Mm-hmm. And defenses know he's the guy you got to stop. And he still continues to just make plays. I don't know if he can sustain this because at some point you got to figure the production's going to taper off. But the yards after the catch, Bonte, this guy is a special player once the ball gets into his hands.
Mm-hmm. What you think of Shanahan yesterday? Because I thought Shanahan early on looked really stressed at that sideline. And after the game, he looked relieved. And his post-game presser,
you think?
Post-game presser, he looked relieved. And you know what? A lot of people thought, is he losing the locker room? Well, the locker room speech in that locker room after the game, I didn't hear a team that gave up on Kyle Shanahan. And that's credit to the coaching staff. It's credit to John Lynch. It's credit to those players. They haven't given up on Kyle Shanahan. They haven't.
No, they haven't. And I think the big number that no one's going to bring up today is 0. That's the amount of turnovers they had yesterday, Bonte. 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. They punted 0 times, and they turned the ball over 0 times. I didn't love the missed field goal. Hated the missed extra point. I'm like, this is going to come back to bite them at some point. But the 0 turnovers was massive. The quarterback didn't turn the ball over. Running backs didn't turn the ball over. Conversely, it felt like the Bears in that fourth quarter didn't feel like the Niners were punching balls out left and right, and I was just waiting for another turnover. They got the interception late, but man, it's the 0 turnovers for me.
I like that. I like that. By the way, Warriors got these new City Edition jerseys. They just popped up.
The blue ones?
No, they're black.
Oh, City Edition.
Lightning bolts on the side.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah, it's on Go to State Warriors Twitter. I'll send it to the show thread right now. Looks pretty sweet. I actually like these.
I'm gonna have to take a look. Let me. This is a new segment called Google This. As Bonte gets me all excited. Ooh,
look at these.
Ooh, black with a little bit of yellow trim with like a lightning bolt. Got like a warrior thing going on there. I do like these. These will be in my closet someday.
They've got on the bottom here. You see these like little yellow dots on the bottom by the tag.
I do see that. We believe
an abstract charting the win-loss journey through our 6 championships with an open column for what lies ahead. Wow. Not mad at those.
Curly, can you book Bob Myers so I can ask for another freebie? Thank you. I can't stress this enough. This team obviously needs to establish the run in some sense. I love the way they came out and threw the ball to set up the run for later on in the game, and I love the toss plays yesterday. It's just, I know some of the vanilla stuff in between the tackles leaves people frustrated, but you have to do that to keep the defense honored and keep them, on the honor system. With Elijah Mitchell, I'm telling you, man, he looks really good. I like what they've got in this kid. He's shifty. He's not a perfect back. I don't have, grandiose thoughts that he's going to be a top 5 running back in the league, but he's just what the doctor ordered for this team. And on a day where no other rookie was even suited up for the 49ers, boy, did he look good.
Outside of Trey Lance, of course. Yeah, Trey Lance.
He didn't even play.
I want to get something about Trey Lance and Garoppolo in a second, but here's what Shanahan had to say.
And I'm okay that he didn't play. I'm just saying, Elijah Mitchell, I know we kind of go crazy about rookies and draft classes and stuff, which that's how you make the team better.
Lenore was out due to personal reasons, so he wasn't there.
But you're seeing your 6th-round pick, and he's balling.
He is
Trey
balling.
Sermon, that guy can't even get a glimpse of the field.
That's what Shanahan had to say on the team effort on an Elijah Mitchell touchdown.
That was really cool, and that was, I think you could see a lot on one play, kind of what our team's feeling right now. We knew we had to hunker down. We knew we had to battle this week. We knew that would be a fight. I think that's a really good team that we just beat, and you can just see how important it was to all 11 guys out there because we needed all 11 to get them in the end zone.
Here's what Shanahan had to say about the run game.
I thought from what it looks like, Elijah made some really good runs at the end of them. I think we gave him some clean lanes. That run defense, it's tough to get through those 5 on the line of scrimmage. And they didn't go 6 on the line as much as they have on tape, but our guys blocked well. He got through there, and I thought he got a lot more plays or made a lot more plays than what it was just blocked for. So, and just the receivers blocking on the outside, everything, that's allows you to get the big ones. And it would have been a much tougher day if we didn't get those big ones.
No doubt about that. Tomorrow's the NFL trading deadline. And a lot of people out there think that, you know what, Jimmy's stock will never be higher. Trade him now.
I don't think they can right now.
Here's what I'll say to that. Go ahead and trade Jimmy Garoppolo. And even though I like Trey Lance, you're a play away from having to watch Nate Sudfeld play quarterback if you trade Jimmy Garoppolo. We just got through watching C.J. Beathard, Nick Mullins, Brian Hoyer. Do you guys really want to trade Jimmy Garoppolo and have Trey Lance, one play away from being hurt and having to suffer to sit there and watch Nate Sudfeld?
Well, there's just, logistically, there's not many teams that can absorb his contract, even prorated for the rest of the year. So it limits your opportunities to make a deal. It seems very, very, very unlikely. And practically, I don't think that they are in a position to do it. Off the game that he just played, and I'm not playing prisoner of the moment. I'm playing, look, this is about trying to have a winning season and get to the playoffs. I don't think that they have an opportunity to trade this guy right now. And to your point, yes, if Trey Lance does go in there at some point, and let's say he goes down because he's already hurt his knee,
right.
Yeah, you're going to want Jimmy Garoppolo there, and it's going to be very difficult to find an in-season replacement who's more sufficient than whatever the heck Nate Sudfeld is going to be. I'm with you. That is not even in my. I'm not even thinking about that this morning.
But there's a lot of people who are thinking about it. So I just wanted to.
That's fair.
For 1 second.
Yeah.
Debunk that.
Okay.
And just swat it. Swat that bad boy across the
You're
bay.
like Bill Nye the Science Guy, debunking all these false claims.
Matumbo, no.
I'm feeling
No. Don't
I'm feeling
do that.
good. I'm feeling good today, though, B. I look up at the standings. I'm saying to myself, we're a half game out. Team played good yesterday. It was a phenomenal, team camaraderie, soul-searching win. I know it's the Bears. I get it. Guess what? It's the NFL. I don't scoff my nose at any victories. I love the way Jimmy Garoppolo played with a sense of urgency. You want to make an argument about why Jimmy, for now...
Would you want to see a Jimmy snap next week? Last week you're out.
You mean Trey snap?
No, Jimmy Garoppolo snap.
Well, if he plays the way he played yesterday, you'd be foolish to say that Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't fantastic yesterday. Right. Yeah, at times in the first half, it wasn't great. He played lights out, I thought, for the most part. And drops, I think, really hampered some of their drives in the first half. So I think he did. Like you said in the first half, I really do think he was the best player on offense for the 49ers in that first half. And in the second half, the way he was distributing the ball, stepping up in the pocket, he was outstanding. If Trey can do anything but watch the sense of urgency and the fire that Jimmy Garoppolo played with yesterday in that second half, to me, like you talk about like learning from the bench, I know that I'm not a big subscriber to that notion, but if Jimmy plays the way he did yesterday, yeah, Trey can learn a lot from Jimmy Garoppolo just standing there.
No huddle coming up. Line them up. 888-957-9570. No huddle. Coming up at 7:40. Got some open lines here. 30 seconds or less. Give us your take on the Niners game yesterday. Got any more faith in Shed Ahead? Has faith been restored in Shed Ahead? What about Garoppolo? How you feeling this Monday morning after a big-time win over the Chicago Bears? 408. Hey, Bonte, all quarterbacks are a play away from injury. Do you know who Brady's backup is? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert. And if Brady goes down, they're screwed.
And here's one of my big takeaways from yesterday, Bonte. Take the quarterback, put it to the side. The quarterback will always be a lightning rod. There are people that either love or hate Jimmy Garoppolo. They want to see Trey Lance or they don't want to see Trey Lance just yet. Like, let's just throw that to the side. You have an elite wide receiver who is ascending right now. This team has been devoid of wide receiver talent forever, and it's the most pass-happy era in football in general that we've ever seen. I mean, Seattle had 2 guys break 1,000 yards. The Rams consistently have guys break 1,000 yards. Niners have had Anquan Bolden go back-to-back years with 1,000 yards. Take the tight end position away, in terms of the receiving yards. Deebo is having a historic 49er wide receiver season. That's awesome. I know when Kittle's healthy, he's excellent. He's excellent. So now I got Deebo, I got Kittle, and then I'm looking at this 6th-round running back, and I'm saying to myself, I think they got something there. Is he Derrick Henry? No. But he's a player. Elijah Mitchell is a player, and he's giving me elements of what Raheem Mostert would give me. The pop plays, the ability to find yardage when there isn't none, the speed on the edges. Mm-hmm. Is he the home run hitter? Raheem is? No. But I also think he's a tougher in between the tackles runner than Raheem Mostert. He's already got more 18-plus carries per game than Raheem Mostert's ever had in his career. So I'm loving where this offense is in terms of the weaponry this morning. I'm feeling really good. And if Ayuk can build on the performance he had against the Bears. Now I got Deebo, I got Ayuk, I got Kittle, I got Elijah Mitchell. That's a skill set of repertoire. I like where they're going.
415 on the text line. This show should be called The Morning Flip-Flop on Mondays. I'm actually not mad at that name. The Morning Flip-Flop. Are we flip-flopping pancakes? French toast, eggs.
Can I explain to this person something? You know what's funny? You know what you call somebody who's stubborn and holds on to it? Holds on to an investment or a thought or an idea. You know what I call that person? Broke. Okay? Wall Street is made on every single day. The economy is set by supply and demand. New information. It's the same thing that happens in sports. All right? Especially the NFL. One week, your team is top of the rankings. The next week, like right now, if you're a Tennessee Titan fan, you woke up yesterday, you were ready to go to bed yesterday and you're saying, my God, what a great win. You wake up this morning, you find out Derrick Henry is out for the year. Should Tennessee Titan fans feel the exact same way they felt coming out of that game? Hell no, they shouldn't. Just like 49er fans last week felt like crap losing to the Indianapolis Colts. They wake up this morning. They had a big-time win. Their quarterback's in rhythm. The weaponry looks outstanding. Kyle Shanahan looks rejuvenated. How can you not feel good?
Yeah, but last week the sky was falling.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
That was last week.
That was
Today's November 1st. We flipped the calendar, Bonte.
No. You beat the Bears. It's not a good football team. I don't want to rain on the parade. I want to be positive today. But let's put it in perspective. You beat a rookie quarterback, and the Bears controlled that football game.
Yeah.
They controlled that football game, and you won. You won, and you got to win.
They needed to win, and guess what? If they beat Colt McCoy this week, and he's the quarterback for Arizona, I'm not going to be like, well, Kyler wasn't there. I'm going to be like, look, now you're 4-4, and you're the captain of your destiny.
But when you flip and say, the sky's falling, season's over, I don't want to see this guy ever again, and then we come back to this, it's, that's not Wall Street. That's just insanity.
What are you talking about? It literally happens every day in Wall Street.
It's insanity.
You ever heard of Black Friday?
You're playing with money.
Yeah.
Money, yeah. Black Friday happened in 87.
It's happened a few times.
So, that's playing with money. Money, a little bit different. Oh,
I know all about money,
A little bit different. Sports ain't making you homeless. Unless you're gambling millions and millions of dollars. Is sports making you homeless, Shasky?
Broke.
No.
I mean,
it's not.
30 for 30 exists because there are people out there who were sitting on the top of the sky.
NFL players, yes. NFL players. NFL players who made $1 million contracts.
I'm not going to feel any shame for feeling good this morning. I'm not going to feel any shame for being low last week. And we're doing good.
The season was over last week and trying to explain. It's like,
yeah, and then Minnesota lost, Atlanta lost, Niners win, Kyler Murray gets hurt. And things happen.
That's why I'm the new ambassador for this fan base.
Okay.
I'm going to be the voice of reason for this fan base here on out. All right? I will lead you to the promised land. I am a truth teller. The truth is, you're still in it. The truth is, Jimmy Garoppolo played well. The truth is, the issues with the football team, it's not all on Jimmy Garoppolo. It's not all on Shanahan. There's a bunch of components here. But you know what? Here on a Monday, you're 3-4, you're getting ready for Arizona. Good win yesterday in Chicago. No huddle coming up in 30 seconds. 888-957-9570. Do you still have faith in Shanahan now after that game?
I do.
I thought he called a hell of a game. I thought Garoppolo played a hell of a game. I thought Deebo. And I want to hear from Shanahan on Deebo, especially that 84-yard catch and run. Here's what Shanahan said about that.
Oh, that was great. I mean, we had that was the first series of the third quarter, right? Yeah, those first two plays got us in the longer distance, especially with that penalty that we had, which was going to end up being the first time we were going to punt, especially being in third and long there. And you give it to Deebo trying to just flip the field and get it close to a fourth down. But for him to hit it like that, everyone picked up their blocks, which gave him a clean lane. And Deebo, who, he was battling his calf all week, for him to be able to finish that out and get us close to the end zone was awesome. It was huge.
DeRoy, Langford, pull up that play. So I want to hear the roar for the 49er fans at Soldier Field on that play. The roar.
They were like me. They were down in the dumps last week, and now they came alive.
Not everybody was like you.
Crazy how a play can do that.
Everybody wouldn't like you. Let's hear the play.
3rd down and 20. Boy, you'd love to have some of these weapons that the Niners are missing right now.
Yeah, you can't stress enough, right? You'd love Khalil Mack if you're Chicago, but I'll tell you, if you're the San Francisco 49ers, you'd love to have George Kittle.
Plays like this that they'd love to have him. They'll go with the screen to Samuel, though. He's got blockers and a first down and more. Foot race, Samuel lunging to the pylon. Touchdown! 84 yards. The longest play of the season for San Francisco.
Man,
big
was that Levi Stadium or was that Soldier Field? It was deafening out there. Deafening. Big win for the Niners. Deebo, how about that?
Niner fans have showed up on the road every single week. I got to give the Niner fan base credit. It goes to show how deep this fan base is across the country. But, man, that was a gots to have it moment for Deebo Samuel. It feels like whenever this team needs a big-time play, this guy finds it. I mean, the game against the Eagles, the game against, obviously, Detroit, he went off. I mean, every single time this team has a win, Deebo Samuel is in the middle of, even when they're not having a win. Against Green Bay, he had a good game. This guy's been outstanding this year, and it's no surprise. The numbers you look up, and you're like, oh, he's better than Jerry Rice through 7 games. Everybody knows Jerry Rice is the greatest player of all time, but it is nice to see a 49er wide receiver doing great things in the pass-happy era we're in because we've been allergic to the forward pass.
888-957-9570. No huddle coming up here. No huddle.
How about Jimmy throwing the ball into the stands? I felt good for him. I really did. And I've been a harsh critic of his. But, when the guy plays that well, you got to give in. No, look at life's about credits and demerits. When you play well, I'm going to applaud.
Oh, man. No huddle, man. Let's get to no huddle. I'm going to walk off the set today.
We're running a no huddle. Line up your calls, and you have only 20 seconds. Go.
Vontae, you're an Adam Amin wannabe. You're not that guy, player. I never wanted to be Adam Amin. Just want to be Vontae Hill. Being Vontae Hill.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
Being Vontae Hill is pretty damn cool. No huddle. 888-957-9570. 30 seconds or less.
Third-person reference to his life and lifestyle.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I would have to disagree with that.
I want to be Vontae Hill.
Was that Adam Amin?
Last year with Schlereth.
That is so good.
I would have to disagree with that.
Yeah. Wow. I want to be Vontae Hill. I don't want to be Adam Amin. He's got a good life. I got a good life. Why can't I just want to be myself?
Don't you want to be my best life?
Yeah. Nobody wants to be anybody out there. What are you talking about? I'm a selfish human being.
Can you get me the LeBron James sound for later on in the show of him saying, you guys got to go back to your miserable lives. I'm rich. Let's hear from the people.
I will never throw my nose down.
It's a Victory Monday. Let's go.
Line number 1, no huddle.
Game out.
Great win by the Niners, but don't forget that the Bears are garbage. The one thing I hope that Jimmy G can take from this is that get his confidence up. Thank you.
No, you're right. It is the crappy Bears, but a win is a win in the NFL. Line number 2, no huddle. What's happening?
What's going on? This is Rich in Fremont. Hey, man, look, at the end of the day, Jimmy balled out.
He did.
And when you put over 300 yards in a game, that's the Jimmy we know. That's the Jimmy we love. That's the Jimmy who gets it done. And, hey, man, this team showed resurgence. So, hey, at the end of the day, Vontae, Joe Shasky, hey, I'm going to go back.
I'll finish it up. He's going to say this. 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time, 1 play at a time. Niners looked good yesterday in that second half. They need to bottle up whatever they were working on offensively, and they need to carry that over. Whatever they did in that game, seeing Kyle Shanahan in that locker room, galvanize the group, rally the troops, whatever metaphor you want to use. Hey, whatever you got to do to get yourself ready for Arizona, let's do it.
888-957-9570. No huddle. How you feeling about that win yesterday? How are you feeling? 888-957-9570. Line number 3. Let's go.
Hey, it's a win, but you cannot be a playoff team only dominating the fourth quarter in a close game against a bum team. Defensive line kind of milled around. Yeah, the pieces look good. Yeah, we're going to say Shanahan called a lucky game as an offensive coordinator. It's still Shanahan is the problem. There are pieces. Rebuild.
Rebuild? Want to rebuild and make moves? Why? Why would you want to make moves?
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that.
What are they going to do at the trade deadline tomorrow? There's still people out there saying, trade Jimmy.
I would have to disagree with that.
Yeah, me too. Line number 4. Let's go.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Big win. I said last week we need to win 2 out of the next 3.
Mm-hmm.
We got the one we were supposed to get. Kyler's hurt, so that should help if he's not out there. If he is, I hope he is, though. I don't want to hear excuses, but, yeah, we need to win one of the next 2 or else season's done, in my opinion.
No doubt. No doubt. Jimmy Garoppolo played well. Shanahan called a good game. Deebo, Elijah Mitchell, all around good offensive game. Can they carry that over next week? It gets to 7-1 the Arizona Cardinals. We'll get there later in the week. We will get there.
And look, we're in no position as 49er fans to be scoffing our noses down at victories. I mean, it's just everybody could beat everybody in the league. That's how the league's set up. Yeah, you just beat the trash ass. So what? The Jets just beat the Bengals. The New York Giants beat the Saints. Saints beat Tampa Bay. There's no transitive property connection across the board. It's week to week, different matchups. All you can beat is the person on your schedule. That's all you can do.
There you go, Joe Shasky.
I mean, it's just straight up.
You want the ambassador roll back?
Because I'm sick of seeing people dump on this win as a good win. Jimmy played great.
Play well. You play well. Line number 5, no huddle. You're on the morning roast. Got 30 seconds or less. Let's go.
Hey, top of the morning, Bronte. Hey, I'm right with you. Hey, they got the win, but I think next week will be a telling tale against a good, top-notch quality team, and I'll take your advice off of air and everything.
Yeah, no doubt. You sound exasperated. I believe that was Trey and Vallejo. Top of the morning to you. Arizona will be a good test. But if Kyler doesn't play and DeAndre Hopkins doesn't play, then a lot of people are going to thumb their nose down at that game as well. And then you play the Rams on Monday night. So just can he get to 5-5 after 10?
And I love how everybody in Big Dog City coming in, and I'm so glad he brought this up. Everybody dumping on the Bears. Bears beat the Raiders. Aren't the Raiders a good team?
Yeah, they did beat the Raiders.
Okay, so again, this transitive property thing that we do in the NFL, it doesn't hold water. You just got to win games. Who cares how it looks? Who cares who the opponent is? This team is in no position to be like scoffing their nose down at a victory. Jimmy Garoppolo played great, and we'll give him some love today. He needs to back it up again next week, but feel good today, Niner fans.
You should feel good today. Line number 1, no huddle. Let's go. No Mac yesterday, though. That was huge.
Just wanted to call in and say, hey, we got to give Jimmy G some props for those power runs yesterday. That was awesome to watch. All right, guys, have a good one.
It was. He was throwing his body around, too, on those runs, man. Again, good for Jimmy. It's okay to say it.
Jimmy running off the field, fired up, getting the game ball, breaking the huddle down. I'm happy for Jimmy. Happy for Jimmy. He's had a good run with the 49ers.
And especially to do that in front of your friends and family in your hometown, awesome. That was special for him. Like, even if you're the biggest Jimmy Garoppolo hater, you got to love that a little on some level. Don't you love those kind of stories?
Yeah, I want to hear from the Jimmy G haters. I like hearing from the haters. The haters, where you at? Jimmy G. Where you at today? I want to hear from the haters. The Shanahan haters. I guess I'm labeled as a Shanahan hater, and as a since.
So where are you at on Shanahan?
So
this morning?
I tell you what, Shanahan.
And I don't think you're a Shanahan hater.
I just you've
been critical.
You got to be critical of Shanahan.
That's fine.
Well, as much as everybody says the quarterback in San Francisco is important, it's just different. Well, so is the head coach. Bill Walsh set the tone. George Seifert followed. Mariucci tried to follow. Then it was a lot of dark days. It was a lot of dark days with Dennis Erickson and Mike Nolan and Mike Singletary and Jim Tomsula. Then you get Harbaugh. And there's a lot of great days with Jim Harbaugh. You did have a losing season under Jim Harbaugh. 4 straight. Then you had to go back to Tomsula and then Chip Kelly. All right? I'm critical of Shanahan. But you know what? If I'm going to be a Shanahan hater, that's fine. I'll say this. Shanahan called a damn good game yesterday. A damn good game as a play caller.
He was awesome.
He was good, really good yesterday.
Were you surprised by how much 5 wide they allowed Jimmy to do?
I loved it.
No, I did too, but I'm saying, weren't you surprised by it?
No, I don't know if I was surprised because you only have Elijah Mitchell basically running the football.
They split out Hasty over and over, and I'm going like, is Hasty a pass catcher? And then he completely shuts me up and makes a great play over the middle on that little slot play. I just love the timing and anticipation and sense of urgency from Jimmy yesterday. Bottle that up.
I like it. I like it. Shanahan, Jimmy, they were good yesterday. Line number 2, no huddle. What's up?
Man, I'm happy that Jimmy got off the schneid, man. I'm happy he's smiling. I'm happy he's free-flowing. This is a homecoming for him to play with his family and friends in the stands. I hope he continues it to start something, hot. And also, I'm going to remember this game as the dog pile game, man. That touchdown by Mitchell, great. My God.
That was big time. That was big time.
That O-line needed that. That O-line definitely needed that. It was nice to have Trent Williams back in there. Alex Mack has been so shaky throughout the year, but I thought he rebounded in that second half and looked really good.
No, that was really good. Here's what Shanahan said about that Elijah Mitchell team touchdown.
That was really cool, and that was, I think you could see a lot on one play, kind of what our team's feeling right now. We knew we had to hunker down. We knew we had to battle this week. We knew that would be a fight. I think that's a really good team that we just beat, and you can just see how important it was to all 11 guys out there because we needed all 11 to get them in the end zone.
Needed all 11. Line number 3, no huddle. What's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, great win for the Niners yesterday, but it was almost ruined by all these fake Niner fans that were calling for everybody to blow up the team, fire Shanahan, sit Jimmy G, and now after 1 week, they're saying great game. Nobody's talking about Jimmy G sitting down or Trey Lance starting. Either hop on the bandwagon, say the Niners will make the playoffs.
It is pretty wild. Last week was so wild. I started seeing stuff from media members and podcasters. Not everybody, but some. That Shanahan should fire himself.
I mean, come on.
Shanahan should fire himself.
Come on, man. The Shanahan stuff's out of control. Shanahan was awesome yesterday, and I thought he, time and time again, made guys get open. He put his quarterback and running back in a position to succeed. He puts the ball into his playmakers' hands, and this is without George Kittle.
Hey, 49ers became the 9th team in the Super Bowl era to win a game or have a game with no punts, no turnovers, or sacks in a game. One team on that list of 93 Niners.
That's crazy.
9th team in the Super Bowl era with no punts, no turnovers, and they didn't give up one single sack.
I know they didn't turn the ball over years ago when they played the Buffalo Bills, a famous game, Jim Kelly versus Steve Young.
They lost that game, 34-31.
It was like 1,000 yards of offense.
Candlestick Park Sunday afternoon. Yeah,
but
I remember that game.
I think he did get sacked in that game. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Langford, I got this, Langford. Line number 4. Will be passenger seat driving.
Yeah, this is Mark from Bolt.
Is it get line 4? Get him on hold. Fix his reception. Line number 1. Let's go. No huddle. False start.
What's up, man? This is Jamie from Pittsburgh.
What's up, baby? Let's go.
Hello?
Yeah, let's go. What you got?
It's Jamie from Pittsburgh. Hey, man, nobody's hating on the Niners, man. Like the Bill Parcells always said, you are what your record is.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, everybody's high on Jimmy and Coach Shanahan. Keep that same energy next week in the coming weeks coming. Keep that same energy.
No doubt about it. That'd do it for no huddle. I'm sorry, Langford, but you know how you get the passenger seat drivers are driving. And you got that person in passenger seat. Oh, make it right here. Oh, make it left. Yeah, I got the GPS on. Just relax. Listen to the music. Let your hair blow in the wind.
You don't have instincts?
I got great
instincts. You need those GPSs?
I don't. Sometimes. Yeah. If I'm in San Jose.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to go back to the days of a good old-fashioned map.
No, you don't. They're very dangerous.
MapQuest?
Let me tell you this. They're very dangerous because when I got outside of the GPS range and it wouldn't hit, and I accidentally pressed end on my route, and then I went to go try to find the route again, I was like, oh my God. I busted out the old map, and I realized how dangerous it is with a map. If you're in the front seat and you unfurl, or is it unfurl or unfold?
Unfurl.
Either way. The map is very dangerous. Very, 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 very dangerous is all I'm going to say.
Dude,
it is.
I'm looking. It is dangerous. 650. Do we forget how horrible the first half was? I thought offensively it wasn't a horrible first half. Yeah, they failed to score touchdowns. They moved to freaking football. And the Bears controlled clock. They had the ball for over 19 minutes of that first half.
And they missed some opportunities, where they actually converted and then were negated back with a hold.
Right.
They had 7 penalties this game. If there's an area that they still need to clean up, they stopped the defensive holding penalties for the most part, but they still had 7 penalties.
No doubt.
Can you get that down to 3?
Drop passes?
Yes.
What about the drop passes?
Sanu, Deebo, multiple times. Deebo could have had 200 yards in this game.
Rocket Mortgage Pro Football Pick'em. Don't forget
Sanu
about
had a good game. I got to give him love because I ripped Sanu a lot. Sanu had a really good game.
Sanu.
I can't wait for George Kittle. Who is
Some
it?
caller.
Sanu.
$1,000 up for grabs every single week with the Rocket Mortgage Pro Football Pick'em. Sign up today by texting picks to 20357. Just pick the winner of each week's games. No point spreads, no lineups, and it's totally free to enter. I have no idea what I did this week, but I did make the picks.
You got them in with 15 minutes to go.
I got them in about 9:30.
Nice.
Stupid picks lock at 9:45. More phone calls. 888-957-9570.
Where you at, Niner fans?
2 hours down, 1 hour to go. 1 hour to go. More coming up on the roast.
It was a much-needed win.
Let's go.
Adam Levine on the call, Fox Sports. Niners beat the Bears 33-22. And good morning to everybody out there. Oh, baby, the Niners going to win. The Niners going to win. Roasters on YouTube. Roasters on Twitch. Everybody out there on the roadways. Langford, Curly, good morning. Shasky, good morning. It's a Monster Monday here at 95.7 a game. Warriors beat the Thunder on Saturday. They're 5-1. They're 5-1, folks. They play the Hornets on Wednesday. LaMelo Ball, Kelly Oubre Jr., all those guys coming to town. That's Wednesday. Warriors will be off until Wednesday. Sharkies win. Oh, Sharkies win. Scar. They win. Saturday in the matinee. They had a 4 o'clock. Puck dropped at 4 o'clock Saturday at SAP Center. Scar. They win. Stanford. Oh, wait. Forget about Stanford right now. Cal. They win. City College of San Francisco. Shout out Jimmy College. Shout out the Reds. They beat down Laney. Beat down Laney in Oakland. Let's chance you that, buddy. City College of San Francisco. Undefeated. Undefeated. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Let's chance
where did that come from?
All right.
Jimmy Garoppolo yesterday.
And the 49ers win over the Bears.
Yeah, he was outstanding.
Come on.
17 of 28, 322. Obviously didn't throw for a touchdown, but ran for 2 of them. One of them on a botched play. I want to ask you this, Bonte, because you brought up something quite compelling in the green room this morning as you came walking in the door. You were talking about Jimmy Garoppolo, and you basically were talking about how underappreciated he is. So can you, for the audience, kind of set this Jimmy Garoppolo conversation up? Because I found it to be a fascinating one, and one that I couldn't really think of another person. I mean, there are other guys, but I feel like they got their appreciation once they moved on from the 49ers. I couldn't think of somebody in real time who didn't get appreciated the way Jimmy Garoppolo does. So set this question up for everyone.
Jeff Garcia is one.
No, but set up the whole underappreciated
but
thing.
I'm just saying, Jeff Garcia is a guy who played for the 49ers or did during his run with the Niners was never appreciated.
I agree.
And everybody was, let's move off of Jeff Garcia. Can't win anything with Jeff Garcia. Got to move off from him. He's a little jitterbug in the pocket and can't throw deep. He's got a noodle arm. And after the fact, it's like, damn, Jeff Garcia was actually won some big games for the Niners.
Yeah.
And he was the best quarterback.
Pro Bowl 3 straight years.
He's probably the best quarterback the Niners have had in the last 20 years. Now, you can make the argument about Colin Kaepernick. Alex Smith for 1 year, but even then it was like,
Well, we've turned the 2011 season into 10 years of Alex Smith greatness.
Yeah, and
which was just false.
And he threw 17 touchdown passes, 5 picks, threw for 3,000 yards.
People are misremembering that.
Yeah, he was
fine.
He was average.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was average. Let's just be real. Jimmy Garoppolo, though. Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, Bonte, CSM going to be City College in a few weeks. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'll be at that game. I'll be down there for that one. City College is coming. Let's go, Rams. City College is San Francisco Rams, not the LA Rams. Jimmy Garoppolo, since he's been with the 49ers, has won a lot of games. He helped his team in 2019 do a lot of things. And I'm just watching the game yesterday, and people were calling for Trey Lance to run a 2-minute drill in the last minute of the first half. If you were watching that game, Jimmy Garoppolo was pretty good in the first half. There was maybe one Jimmy no throw, but even that came on a play where there was defensive holding on Jawad Jennings, and the time he got disrupted. Jimmy Garoppolo's going to go down as one of the most underappreciated 49ers of all time. Because when he was traded here, this team had no hope. This organization had no hope. You're 1-9. You had no quarterback of the future. You had a couple pieces there, but it was like you didn't know about George Kittle. Buckner was your one player. Nobody knew that Fred Warner Jr. would be the linebacker he is today. Nobody knew that George Kittle would be the tight end that he is today. He had nothing. Nothing. And all of a sudden, Halloween in 2017, the 49ers trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. And he comes in, throws 2 passes against Seattle a week and a half later. Starts against Chicago. He goes on a run. He plays well. You know, he plays really good. Niners don't lose a game. So he played so well that this fan base expected playoffs the next season. Despite being year 2 of a rebuilding phase, a massive rebuilding phase. And he tears the ACL week 3, and he wasn't the same. But you saw hope. You saw hope in 2019. I just think that, the quarterback gets criticized. relentlessly when the team loses, and that's part of the problem. You know, when you make $137 million and you're the quarterback in the NFL, you're going to get criticized a lot. But the praise, he never has gotten the praise. And I'm not saying Jimmy Garoppolo is a top 5 quarterback, top 10 quarterback. Maybe he's been a top 12 quarterback at best in his tenure with the 49ers in 2019. There's been a lot of bad. There's been a ton of good. And you know what? That locker room yesterday, you could tell that they rock with Jimmy. A lot of people say, these guys don't want to play for Jimmy. They don't like Jimmy, and Jimmy this and Jimmy that. I saw a team that battled for Jimmy yesterday. I saw a team that battled for Jimmy, and Jimmy battled for them. Jimmy's been a good 49er. Whether or not I think he's the greatest quarterback and whether or not I think Trey's better, that's one thing. But for the most part, Jimmy has been a good 49er. He's been a good ambassador for this team and organization. And will he ever get the credit that he deserves? Probably not. Will you remember him as one of the top quarterbacks in the last 20 years? Probably not. But for the most part, during his tenure, Jimmy Garoppolo has been a winner. All right? And he's been a good ambassador and a good representative of this football team. So I just don't want to be the guy to say, you know what? Appreciate him. Appreciate what he's done. I'm sorry. He needs to be respected. He's done a lot of good for this organization. Has he been the greatest quarterback again? No. Has he driven us all crazy? Yes. But he's been a good representative of this organization. So that's all. And yesterday it dawned on me when he's playing 4 years to the day when he was traded to San Francisco, and you see him playing yesterday, and he's fighting. Season's on the line. You lose that game yesterday? Okay, now it's time to move forward and develop and move forward and look into the future. But at least for one more week, this is still Jimmy's team. It's still Jimmy's team for now. And I thought he played his ass off yesterday. They got to have a game. He represented for the 49ers yesterday. And that's something that I don't want to overlook that.
No, I think you hit a nail on the head on a lot of things. If we remove style of play, okay, and if we remove the kneeling and all the stuff that came with the kneeling in terms of alienating certain people and their particular opinions on just kneeling in general. Whenever you bring up Colin Kaepernick's name, it's like, everyone starts losing their mind. But I think there's a similarity in the deterioration of the faith in the quarterback and also the deterioration of the relationship of the coaching staff to the quarterback from what Jimmy Garoppolo and Colin Kaepernick went through. And you can say the same for Alex Smith before Harbaugh got here. These guys were riding high. And then, over the course of multiple seasons, it was like, how did you not provide the infrastructure of emotional support around this person? Why is this person doubting themselves now more than ever? Why 4 years later they aren't being, propped up, the way that they should by their coaching staff just is mind-boggling to me. If you know someone's going to be your quarterback for this year, let's just say for this year, you got to do everything in your power to make that a fruitful relationship, whether you think that person's the greatest or not. I look at what Bill Belichick has done over the years with his quarterback. Does he think Mac Jones is the most gifted quarterback that he's got in New England ever? No, probably not. But he's uplifting him, and he's trying to put that guy in a position of succeeding. Sean Payton's done this with Jameis Winston. He did this with a very hurt Drew Brees at the end as well. I'm going to lean into everything that you do well. I'm going to try to minimize those things, but more than anything, I'm always going to have your back. And I feel like the Niners tried to turn Colin Kaepernick into something that he wasn't when he was here. And they didn't support him with personnel decisions, with all the other things that go into that. And the same thing happened to Jimmy Garoppolo here in a very different way. Both had injuries that they really couldn't overcome. There's a lot of underappreciating of Jimmy Garoppolo. I've been guilty of it, Bonte. The other part of this is, I do think that when you see Jimmy play the way he did in that second half, it's fair to say, damn it, where's this fire? Where's this sense of urgency all the time? Where's this dude that's willing this team to win? Where's that fire that I saw him play with? Where's that rhythmic passer that I saw in that second half? I think they go hand in hand. The coaching, the play calling, the personnel, and then the individual obviously taking culpability of what they can control.
I'm with you. 888-957-9570. How you feel about that? Feel good about Jimmy? I know I feel good about Deebo Samuel. I feel really good about Deebo. Deebo was special yesterday.
He's been special all year.
He's special all year. Deebo Samuel. How about them apples? Again, here's the biggest play of the game, in my opinion, Deebo Samuel.
Oh, that was great. I mean, that was the first series of the third quarter, right? Yeah, those first two plays got us in a longer distance, especially with that penalty that we had, which was going to end up being the first time we were going to punt, especially being in third and long there. And you give it to Deebo trying to just flip the field and get it close to fourth down. But for him to hit it like that, everyone picked up their blocks, which gave him a clean lane. And Deebo, who, he was battling his calf all week, for him to be able to finish that out and get us close to the end zone was awesome. It was huge.
Shanahan on Deebo Samuel. Look. Let me ask you this about Jimmy. When he plays, doesn't your faith go up in terms of, man, we're going to win this game? When he's under center.
Yeah.
During his tenure.
In contrast to Mullins and Beathard and Hoyer, the guys that have played, when he hasn't been healthy, yeah, there's no question about that. There's no question about that. How will I look back on it after I see Trey Lance for a year? And Trey Lance might stink. I don't know. I think he's going to be good. I have a lot of faith in him. I think it's going to be a work in progress early on, but I really do. I think he's going to be really good. I don't know. Bonte, I legitimately don't know. Like, part of why I think Jeff Garcia has been elevated, even though in real time he was a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo, was the immediate Ken Dorsey, Sean Hill, Tim Rattay, Alex Smith, vortex that you found yourself in 4 or 5 years after.
But what also, he was following up Steve Young.
For sure, which matters.
It matters.
Yeah,
it matters.
And when he was quarterbacking in real time, and this is the same thing that happened for Steve Young, he'll never be Joe Montana. I'm listening to the audiobook that Steve Young put together called QB1 or whatever it is, and it's a fantastic thing. The Dallas Cowboys are saying to Steve Young in the NFC Championship game, you'll never be Joe. You'll never be Joe. You can't get that Joe monkey off your back. And that's where the whole take the monkey off my back thing happened in the NFC Championship game. So you're right. This happens to all these guys.
And is it something to shed ahead? 925 says, what about every time Shanahan opens up the playbook, Jimmy excels?
I've been begging for them to do that from the beginning.
Everybody always says, he doesn't trust Jimmy. Well, if you don't trust him, get him out of here.
Well,
I never get a coach. If you have a player you don't trust, cut him. Trade him.
I hear you, but there's levels to trust, right? It's one thing to be like, it's Patrick Mahomes, do what you want, spread it out. Your body of work proves that. This is part of the conundrum of Jimmy Garoppolo
but
throughout.
Mahomes has been trusted from day one.
Yeah, but Mahomes is clearly one of the best talents we've seen at the position.
We didn't know that.
Ponte,
he was trusted as a first-time starter in the second year.
He threw 50 touchdowns his first year.
Yeah, exactly, but he was trusted. He was trusted.
I know, but
Shasky, you're not hearing me.
I hear you.
I know you're not. He was trusted from day one without throwing those 50 touchdowns. Week 1, week 2, week 3, it's like, you know what? We're trusting this guy.
And Mahomes, in the film room, I'm sure when he sits down with Andy Reid, is making great decision after great decision. I'm not sitting there evaluating tape. I'm not. But Bonte, week 1 against a great example. It was a build-up in 2019. We act like he came out in 2019 and was lights out. New Orleans Saints game 1 all the way through. There were ups and downs throughout the year, and Jimmy has left a lot to be desired in decision making.
You know what though?
And the turnovers.
You know what though? He never got his due, and I was part of the problem. But he was coming off a torn ACL.
No doubt.
And nobody gave him the benefit of the doubt, myself included. Coming off a torn ACL, when I look at other quarterbacks, say, oh, you know what? He's coming off a torn ACL. Give him time. We never gave that proper due to Jimmy Garoppolo, ever.
I hear you, but I'm watching Dak come again, and I'm not saying that they're equivalent injuries, but guys come back. Burrow's come back outstanding, even though he lost yesterday. Dak came back from his ankle injury. He's outstanding. There's a clear difference between these top guys and Jimmy, and I agree with your overall sentiment that he is underappreciated. I would like to see Shanahan open it up, but Bonte, if you open it up in certain situations as a coach, maybe you're thinking I am opening myself up to risking losing and risking more turnovers, because it's not like Jimmy's a guy that's going to be ball security 101.
You got to give this thought as well. Burrow and Dak are physically more gifted than Jimmy ever was.
Absolutely.
Physically more gifted.
Absolutely.
So maybe they are going to come back a little stronger than Jimmy ever has. Let's get to the lines here. 888-957-9570.
But I agree with the overall sentiment. When they open it up, it does feel like he plays really well.
I know. Open it up.
I can't argue with that. And that's just my eyeballs. I don't have the data.
Gene in Oakland. What's happening?
Hey, Bonte and Joe, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, Bonte, thank you so much for everything you said about Jimmy Garoppolo, because that guy has taken so much crap this year, all right? And my fear was that Jimmy had lost his confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
He, with everything he'd faced, with his injury, with everybody, screaming for Trey Lance and get rid of this guy and all. For him to come back, from being down too after that first half and carry the team the way he did, I mean that shows a lot of character as far as I'm concerned. Shows a lot of toughness, and I personally value toughness as much as anything. I mean, that guy really proved a lot to me yesterday, and as he has, throughout his career. Yeah, he's limited. He doesn't have the skills of a lot of the quarterbacks in the league, but he is a winner, and I support him, and, I hope he can take us to the playoffs and beyond. We'll see, but anyways, thanks again.
No problem, Gene. Thank you for calling. Bash in Walnut Creek. Bash, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Fonte, Shafsky, how's it going?
What's up?
Love your guys' show. First-time caller.
Thank you.
I just wanted to talk about Jimmy G. I'll just say it off bat. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so, I understand having your franchise be of a certain pedigree and always expecting to be back in the Super Bowl and having great quarterback play. I get it. You guys had Joe Montana, you had Steve Young, you had Jeff Garcia. Here's the thing, though. You acquired Jimmy Garoppolo knowing he was sitting behind the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady. That does not mean that he's just going to automatically be Tom Brady.
Here.
So the thing is, there's a lot of quarterback situations in the league. There's a lot of limited quarterback play in the league. I think the Niners are blessed with a system that allows them to have a game manager like Jimmy Garoppolo and still be successful. You look back to week 1, Shanahan has the option to pull Trey Lance in and give him a little experience scoring a touchdown. This week, you had to build the confidence of your quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo. You give him those power runs at the goal line, let him score, let his team get behind him, and now you're looking good moving forward. So I don't think you're in that dire of a situation.
I'm agreeing with you.
He deserves some respect.
He does, and I agree with you. Regarding league out-wide, I've done this kind of look at the league the last couple of weeks. There are 18 NFL cities that I would deem to be cities that right now, this morning, feel like they've got their franchise quarterback, whether that's somebody they took this year in the draft, whether that's an established guy like Dak Prescott, for example, or Kyler Murray or whatever. And there are about 12 teams, give or take, who just are searching right now. I put the Niners in that 18-team category where at some point it's going to be Trey Lance. They feel he's going to be the future. No one in NFL history has traded as much as they have to move up to where they got to get this guy. They think he's their guy. But Jimmy can do some things in this year to help this team get going in the right direction so that whenever the time is that Trey gets in there, he's got that apex wide receiver. He's got that playmaker in the backfield with Elijah Mitchell. He's got some continuity on that offense when it comes to the line. And so I also think Shanahan's learning about himself, too. Learn how to coach him up.
That was a come-to-Jesus moment for Kyle Shanahan. That was a very, very good day for Kyle Shanahan as the coach. They're going to go as far as Jimmy and Shanahan takes them this year. That's if it's playoffs, maybe you make some noise in the playoffs. I don't know. But Shanahan called a really good game. I like that game plan yesterday. I don't care if it was without Khalil Mack or whatnot. They took advantage of the Bears not having Khalil Mack, and I loved it.
No bootlegs yesterday, which was surprising.
Went for the pocket.
Yeah.
I want to see the boot action, though. I do want to see that back. Let's go to Javier Santa Rosa. Javier, what's happening?
Hey, Jav.
Hey guys, good morning. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good.
Good. How about this for a thought? When I sent Jimmy G down to New Orleans, I mean, we all praise Jimmy G. He's had a good sense here at the Niners, but why not send him down there and hope for a Thomas trade? What do you guys think?
If you trade Jimmy, which is silly, you trade Jimmy, you're one play away from having to see Nate Sudfeld. I'd rather be one play away from seeing Trey Lance. All right? I'd rather be one play away from seeing Trey Lance, not Nate Sudfeld. Not making any moves right now. Trey Lance has a sprained knee. He was suited up. He's back. But I'm good off trading. Not for what? Well, now?
And the Saints' cap situation is not very lucrative.
Right.
And Michael Thomas's dead cap hit and then his cap hit. I don't know. I don't think it doesn't make financial sense. And I brought this up to Bonte. I just don't see the Saints doing that right now. They're going to want to see him back, especially without their starting quarterback and Jameis Winston, who went down.
They need Mike Thomas. He
is a baller, though.
He's a baller.
I love
trading
watching
Michael
him.
Thomas.
I love watching him. He is mad at the front office. I don't know what's going on there.
He is, but they're not.
He was supposed to be back last week.
Right.
Because I got him on my fantasy. He was activated from the PUP list. He didn't practice. Something's going on there.
Let's go to Emmanuel, Dumbarton Bridge. Emmanuel, hopefully you're driving safe on the Dumbarton Bridge. What's happening?
Good morning. Just got off the bridge, but guys.
Does it smell like salt?
Bonte. The guy did not win the NFC conference game yesterday. It's one game. And here's the thing. There's a stand-up that Chris Rock did a few years ago where the dad said, I provide food for my kids. I give them a home. You're supposed to, man. Jimmy, you're supposed to beat the Bears. It is the Bears. If you had done this to the Rams, I would be like, wow, Jimmy coming up. But it was the Bears, all right? He couldn't even do it against the Colts. So yesterday was more of a meh game for me. Jimmy was like that coworker that always call in sick and always be coming in late, and you tell them, hey, you know what, keep this up, you're about to get fired. Then they start showing up. That's Jimmy's second half. Ain't convinced, fellas. If he can beat better teams, then I start tipping my cap. Until then, he's still garbage payload to me. Have a good day, guys.
That's fine. And a lot of people still feel like that. No matter what Jimmy does, there's going to be people out on Jimmy.
Well, I'm tipping my cap this morning, and I've been categorically out on Jimmy, I think, for the most part. But when he does good things, I will give him his credit. Like, there's credits and demerits. He played great yesterday. He was lights out in the second half. Well, give the guy a little bit of love.
Before we go to break, Niner fans are so out on Jimmy Garoppolo, they want to trade him. Some Niner fans are. Not all. Some. Why would the Saints want Jimmy Garoppolo if he's garbage, in your mindset? For all the Niner fans who think Jimmy Garoppolo is garbage, why would the Saints want to trade for garbage?
The argument would be they don't trust Trevor Siemian as much as they would trust Jimmy Garoppolo.
So you want to bring in Jimmy Garoppolo, who hasn't been there, doesn't know their playbook. Playbook's completely different than what's out here. Like, that's just terrible. It makes no sense to me.
I mean, it's not fantasy football. You're not trading him after that game yesterday. At least not this morning. And if it happens, I will stand here and say that I was way wrong, but I just don't see it.
Segment was brought to you by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises. And if you're looking for all the best Warrior content, we will get back into Warriors tomorrow. Don't worry, we will. 5-1, baby. 5-1. There's no undefeated teams now in the NBA.
God, I wish we could play the Thunder more often.
Nah, I'm glad they don't play the Thunder.
Love watching Josh Giddey.
Oh, I can't stand watching Pokushevsky. If you're looking for all the best Warriors content from 95.7 The Game, text 49ers to 20357. That's 49ers to 20357. Make sure to hit the subscribe button in the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcast. Alexei Pokushevsky. Yes, I'm so happy I don't have to see him play.
Kuminga checked into the game. They're like, it's a big NBA moment for him. Like, wow, what's your NBA come to Jesus moment? Like, I'm in the NBA. Clint is like, whatever. He said his reference, and Fitz goes, is that Pokushevsky? Wow, I'm in the NBA. And it was one of the great throwaway lines of all time on that broadcast.
Jeff Anthony.
Fitz was in his bag.
Jeff and Anthony, we'll get you on the other side. We're coming up on the roast. Your phone calls. Niners beat the Bears. Monster Monday here on 95.7 The Game.
It was a much-needed win.
The Catholic world.
Yeah. What do you guys do to celebrate that?
I don't really have anything set up for All Saints Day celebration.
It's just a holiday?
It's always on my calendar. So I always say All Saints Day.
All Saints Day.
St. Gabriel, St. Brendan, St. Stephen's, St. Cecilia's. I'm just naming Catholic schools in San Francisco
All Saints Day. Never knew about that one.
Yeah.
November 1st.
11-1-21.
11-1-21. How you feeling, Niner fans? Got about 26 minutes left in the show till the crossover. Timeless Coffee getting us through another Monday, starting the week off right. It's always good. It's always good to be on a Monday. You know, it's been about 6 weeks since we've been on a Monday after a win. It's been a long time. Even the wins this season.
Wow.
Detroit and Philadelphia.
Wow.
They weren't really fun Mondays. So it was, Philadelphia this and the offense did this and Detroit almost got back in the game and could have tied it. And it's just like, this feels like a fun Monday. Beat the Bears, man. Gotta win. Beat Arizona next week and all of a sudden you're 4-4. You're 500. You're in the playoff hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the playoff hunt, Niner fans. Should be excited about yesterday. I know I am. I'm excited. I saw a lot of good.
Yeah, they got Deebo Samuel humming. They got a wide receiver who's destined for the Pro Bowl at this point right now, having an unbelievable year, on pace to break a lot of records. Again, since T.O. left this team, it's been Michael Crabtree, and that's about it in terms of drafted 49er wide receivers who have done anything. They acquired Isaac Bruce. They got themselves a Bryant Johnson season here. They've had some great tight end seasons. Eric Johnson, Vernon Davis, George Kittle. But wide receivers, Bolden's the best wide receiver that's been in a 49er uniform since Crabtree. And Crabtree's the best drafted 49er wide receiver since T.O. And Crabtree, you know how many times Crabtree broke 800 yards? 800 yards?
Twice. Yeah.
Twice. Okay? Deebo has an opportunity to obviously have the best 49er receiving year of all the receivers, but he has a chance to crack 1,000 yards. If he can get like 1,300 yards, 1,400 yards, that'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome.
Do you know what the most touchdowns a 49er wide receiver has had since T.O. left? A wide receiver.
Drafted?
Just in general.
I don't know. Was it Bolden?
No, it was Crabtree in that 2012 year.
Okay, with Kaepernick, was it 10?
9.
9?
9! I mean, it just feels like all these wide receivers all around the league are getting double digits left and right, and the Niners 9. And now the next closest, 7 by Bolden, and then after that, 5. So 4 right now for Deebo. One more, he beats Ayuk from last year, and he has a chance to break that too.
I will say, though, Niners have been a run-first team for quite some time.
Absolutely.
With Frank
but there was an
Gore.
entire season they went without throwing a touchdown pass to a wide receiver during Alex Smith's run. A whole year.
Who, the Kansas City or with the Niners?
No, with the Niners.
Alex Smith didn't throw to a wide receiver?
In 2011, he did not throw a touchdown pass to a wide receiver.
Sure?
Yeah, that's what they said. They went the whole year.
Really? So Alex Smith went through that twice?
Yeah.
Twice?
He didn't throw a touchdown to a wide receiver.
All right, let's fact check that.
Go ahead and fact check that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
2011?
Yeah.
He didn't throw
Vernon got a ton of touchdowns that year.
No, you know what? He threw one to Kyle Williams. I remember he specifically threw one to Kyle Williams against the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they only had 17 touchdowns that year.
Well, Crabtree had 4. Kyle Williams had 3. Josh Morgan had 1. Yeah, that's incorrect.
Well,
so I remember Josh Morgan scored the touchdown against Philadelphia.
I'm
from
glad
Alex
you
Smith.
woke up. Let's go.
No,
because
somebody's feeding you wrong information.
Well, I was just reading on Football Reference.
Yeah, well, you can't. Well, you read the wrong information.
Well, I don't have a producer who's locked in.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm blaming him like Jimmy G blames Kyle.
You gotta slow down on Curly, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's out of pocket. Come on. We're better than that.
Point being, the Niners have stunk throwing the ball to the wide receiver.
They have. I will give you that.
All right, thank you. Now, will you also give me that Elijah Mitchell's been a great draft pick? I know Sermon stinks right now because you traded up to get him.
He's been a good draft pick so far.
He's at 430 yards. He missed the game.
Great. I'm not going to go great.
He's got 3 separate 100-yard games.
Okay, he's been good. I'm not going to go great. We're always saying great this, great that. This guy's a goat this,
for a 23-year-old, he's had a hell of a year.
It's been good. It's been really good. I'm not going to go great. I saw him running the offensive lineman like 3 times yesterday.
Yeah, in between the tackles because their offensive linemen are getting pushed back.
He's running into a boop. Like the butt fumble.
Yeah, but did you see him on the outside? On the outside, he's looking like Garrison Hurst.
I know.
Shifty and nimble.
He's looking good. Let's go back out to the lines, man. Bob on 280. Bob, what's happening?
What's going on, guys?
I'm good.
So, you remember when we drafted Trey and Jimmy's just also nonchalant, right? And he just goes about his business like no fire. But then yesterday, when he threw that football up in the stand, he fired me up because I was a hater on Jimmy. But when you can play like that and then you throw that emotion in there and throw that ball out in that stands like that, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was great to see, and it felt good for him to kind of do that in front of the home crowd. And, God, just to see him, like, unlock himself emotionally was really good. He's been so subdued. That was the Jimmy I fell in love with.
Yeah. So people are confused here. about the Alex Smith stat that you threw out?
Yeah.
2011, Alex Smith threw touchdown passes to wide receivers. When he became a Kansas City Chief,
there you go.
He did not throw a touchdown pass to a wide receiver. He went the entire season.
The point being is that the only wide receiver who's gotten at least 9 touchdowns for the 49ers has been Michael Crabtree. Deebo has 4 right now. Ayuk had 5 last year. That's how bad it's been.
Let's go to Johnny in San Jose. Johnny, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, boys. Hey, Bonte, I wanna call you out, man. I appreciate you. A few weeks ago, we were talking about how we need to be a little more even keel about Jimmy and the Niners, and you're coming around, man. I appreciate it. Chasky, on the other hand, still wearing his emotions on his sleeve.
What,
but,
giving him credit? Giving him credit is wrong? I can't give him love when he plays well?
No, I get it, man. I do, and I appreciate you, and I do appreciate the passion that you have, but holy cow, it's been just somebody texted earlier, the flip-flop show. I mean, you guys have gone a little bit back and forth.
It's not flip-flopping. No, this is how my life is. I'm going to explain. I'll let him finish. But this is how I'm wired. I don't know how you're wired as a sports fan. When the 49ers win, I'm happy. When the 49ers lose, I'm sad.
Joe, I see the bigger picture. And Jimmy's an average quarterback, man. There's going to be ups and downs. That's all I'm saying. But
no doubt.
To transition into your All Saints Day, big WCAL game this weekend. St. Francis traveling up to Sarah. Now, Sarah's ranked number 1. I have no idea how St. Francis beat
because they have linemen that are huge.
That's a big game.
Both undefeated.
Yeah.
And this weekend, final game, championship for the WCAL on the line.
Damn.
It'll be a fun time up in San Mateo. So, hope to see you guys out there.
Well,
go Lancers.
Unfortunately, I think the Warriors play Friday night. They play Friday night. I would definitely go to that game. I love going to high school games. You guys all know that here. I'll travel to a high school game, no problem at all. But the Warriors play Friday against the Pelicans, so I'll be looking at my smartphone.
That'll be a fun game.
Yeah, I'll be looking at my iPhone.
Yes.
I'll be looking at my iPhone, looking for updates on St. Francis and Sarah. That's going to be a fun game.
Sarah, I went and watched them play last year against SI. They have the largest offensive line you have ever seen in your life.
Yeah, no, they're big.
No,
they're
gigantic. And they had some linebacker. Their quarterback was a stud, too.
Yeah, no,
but they had some linebacker that was laying dudes out.
They're great. They're great. Let's go to Jeff in Novato. Jeff in Novato, what's happening?
What's going on, guys? How y'all feeling this morning?
Good. I feel good.
Super excited.
Good. I feel absolutely terrible, man. I have a 4-year-old son. We went trick-or-treating, and I had, all the candy. I'm, hungover this morning. You know what I mean? I feel absolutely terrible. It's good to hear you guys this morning, man. You know what? I'm just going to acknowledge you this morning, man. It feels like we have this codependent coach who is took it like a helicopter coach with these players, man, and he's just been this strong-handed father figure that doesn't want his kids to thrive. You know what I mean? And as soon as he kind of let go and let them develop this character and the players they are, I mean, let them run around, man. Give these guys some room to become the players that they're supposed to be and the players they are, you know. And it was really kind of nice to see them running around having fun and playing the game correctly and the way they're supposed to play. So I love you guys so much, man. Peace and love.
That's a really good way of phrasing it. I like that a lot. What did you think about that, B?
I liked it a lot.
You know, going 5 wide, allowing Jimmy to throw early on in the game and not just run the ball the first 2 downs. Wasn't it refreshing?
Langford had the stat earlier because I was looking at I was watching the game yesterday. I was like, man, the Niners have thrown the ball a lot on first down. And Langford had the stat on his show this morning from 5 to 6. He was 7 to 10 on first down passing. Jimmy Garoppolo, 7 to 10. And I like the first down passing. Loosens up the defense. Bill Ross always said, you know what? To help the running game out, early down passing helps out the running game. So now you get to 2nd and 3. You get to 2nd and 4. You get to 2nd and 2. You start converting first downs. You move the sticks. You eat clock. You know, it was a great game plan yesterday. It was a great game plan by, It was a good game plan by Kyle Shanahan yesterday. I'm trying better not to throw that word great around. Everything ain't great.
Who cares?
Everything, no, everything ain't great.
No one's saying it was an elite, perfect game plan. You can throw great around. This isn't the Steiny Guru show.
This is funny.
Good? No, it's just a little great.
Oh, is that what they do?
It's just mediocrely great.
Is that what they do?
Well, yeah, it's the parsing of words. No one cares about that.
I kind of care about
it.
I'm
It's an adjective. You just throw them around.
I'm a journalist. Words mean something to me.
When was the last time you penned something?
A couple months ago, I did a training camp preview for the Golden State Warriors.
Ooh.
Yeah, for Odyssey.
Was it a great article?
I don't know. You'd have to be the judge for that. You'd have to be the judge.
He did not get that.
No, I did get it. You'd have to be the judge.
Water cooler man at City College.
Hey, man, you can label it great if you want to. You can label it great.
No, it was just kind of good.
I don't know. They appreciated it. They said thank you. So they posted it. It was good enough. Let's go to Scott in Livermore. Scott in Livermore. You're on the roast.
What's going on, guys? Happy Monday.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, check it out. So we played the Bears. All right, Jimmy G had somewhat of a game. I'm going to call it somewhat of a game because it is the Bears. Great showcase, right? Trade Tuesday, perfect time for him to have somewhat of an above-average game so we can put him on someone else's plate. The other thing I want to talk about is we went up to draft Trey Lance. Trey Lance isn't started. I understand he's hurt. You got Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. Who's our other guy out there? Trevor Lawrence. All starting games every single week in and week out, except for Zach Wilson since he's hurt. Kyle Shanahan is telling me that Trey Lance is not better than any of these quarterbacks.
No.
Because they're playing with very mediocre wide receivers.
No. I'm going to go in a different direction. I think you just got to look at it this way. Are all 16-year-olds made the same? Are you giving the keys to your Range Rover to every single 16-year-old in your life when you have kids and stuff? No. One of your kids you treat one way, the other kid you treat a different way. Like, everyone's got different needs and stuff. I look at Mac Jones. He's 23, all right? Played in the SEC. He's going to a team that's asking him to do a lot of the same similar things that he did down in the SEC besides throwing the ball, way down the field to ridiculous wide receivers.
He threw a dime yesterday down the field to Hunter Henry.
Yeah, he looked good. All 17 of those 35 attempts were awesome. But point being, he's 23 years old. Trey Lance is the youngest player in the league. He's the youngest player in the league with a situation that is different than those other situations. If Trevor Lawrence was in a situation that was
not accurate yesterday at all.
But Trevor's really good. We all agree Trevor's good. And he's been the number one pick in the draft since his freshman year.
Real quick.
The circumstances are just different for each of these guys.
Real quick. Mac Jones better than you thought, huh?
He's fine.
No, just answer the question.
He's been okay. He threw for 200 yards yesterday. Literally 200 yards.
Oh, they got the win in L.A.
Look at Vontae.
Throws. Hey, just admit. Whoa.
I thought he was going to be mediocre, and that's what he's been. What do you want me to say?
He's been better than mediocre.
Okay, you know what? He hasn't been great.
He hasn't been. Yeah, he hasn't been great.
To go full circle,
he hasn't been great.
No, he's
not
been
saying
good.
He's been great. He's been good.
He's fine.
That's better than mediocre.
No one's ripping the guy. He's fine. No one said he was going to be a disaster.
Mac Jones been good.
He's been fine.
Jones been good.
He will be forever the second to third best quarterback in the AFC East for the remainder of time. Congratulations. It's a great draft pick.
You may have a better defense, though. New England, man.
You ain't better than Josh Allen.
New England, a couple plays away from being 5-2.
He will never be better than these AFC quarterbacks, and I'll say it out loud. And this is how you have to view things nowadays.
Oh, really?
He'll never be better than Herbert, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. That's the four that you need to be better than. Yeah.
We don't know
Those are the ace of hearts, spades, clubs, etc.
New England playing some good football, man. Mac Jones better than you thought. Give us some. We're giving Jimmy
I thought
respect.
he was mediocre, and he's been a little bit better than mediocre.
He's been a lot better.
It's been an incredible season.
It's been way better than mediocre. You got to admit that.
What am I admitting?
It's been good.
He's been fine. Are you Jim Kozimor or are you Bonte Hill?
No, I'm Bonte Hill, who
then
told you that Mac Jones.
Stand up for yourself.
I am standing up for myself, and I told you before the draft.
Yeah.
I told you before the
draft.
What'd
you tell me?
That the film don't lie.
What did
Mac Jones was pretty damn good at Alabama.
Okay.
All right? Mac Jones, I don't know why you're so salty over him. He's not the Niner quarterback.
I think I'd take Justin Fields over him still.
Okay, that's fine.
Justin Fields is fine. He's working with way less, and I see the flashes.
You sure he's working with way less?
Oh, yeah. They lost their head coach, and they were better for it yesterday, the Chicago Bears.
Who's the Patriots wide receivers? Can you name them?
It's your boy, Kendrick Bourne.
And
my guy who was undrafted, Jacoby Myers, who's on my bench. Yeah. And he's running it off to Damian Harris, who's having a hell of a year right here. And that offensive line is highly rated by PFF.
It looks like the blueprint.
Their defense looks good.
And it looks like the blueprint that they had when Brady was a youngster.
Why are you doing this to the kid?
Looks like the blueprint.
Yeah.
He's doing what they asked him to do.
Okay.
Mac Jones hasn't been bad. We haven't seen Trey Lance yet.
It's fine. He's fine.
888-957. Oh, the St. Francis Sarah game is Saturday at 2:30. Oh, your boy's gone. Your boy's Aaron Sabatel. I'm sorry. 888-957-9570. I'll be at City Cemetery in a couple weeks. That's going to be a hell of a game. I'm going out to see Sarah St. Francis, 2:30. All right, I'll be there. Where does Mac Jones rank on Bonte's King of the Hill, Mikey Dubs? For rookie quarterbacks?
Number 7.
No. He'd be number 2.
So who's number 1?
Number 1.
So I love how you have a ranking. You have him at 2, and you have no idea who number 1 is.
Actually number 1.
Oh, he's number 1
He's
now.
actually number 1.
So if I put Trevor Lawrence in New England, Trevor Lawrence is better than him?
It'd be him or Trevor Lawrence.
Situation matters. He's fine. He's been fine.
Nobody thought the Patriots would be good. I thought the Patriots were going to stink this year.
They've been okay. Their defense has played really good. They locked down Chargers yesterday.
They shut down Tom Brady.
Okay.
Dallas was a wild game. Should have won the Dallas game.
They didn't.
They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. But you know what? He was all right. He's all right. I like Mac Jones.
The point being on the Trey Lance thing
and look,
is
I'm
that
not
they're at different spots in their career.
Wait.
They're at different spots in their career. They're in different circumstances. I'm not judging them the same. It takes 2 or 3 years.
This is what I don't like. I'm not comparing Mac Jones to Tom Brady. What I'm saying is when Tom Brady was a youngster, the Patriots didn't ask him to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Same thing's happening with Mac Jones. That's all.
Okay.
You know what? They're playing good football. It's an impressive win in L.A. Going across the country, beating the Chargers at SoFi. That was impressive.
But after year 1, we all would have said, Baker Mayfield. A couple of years later, you look back at that draft and you're like, Baker Mayfield's clearly the 3rd at best quarterback from that draft. So, again, things take time. Don't be premature to rush this thing. He's
been good. Polynesian Day down at Sarah on Saturday. Good eating. Oh, I'm there. Bonte Hill is there. May bring Baby Chaz out since it's daytime.
No.
2:30.
You guys going to wear your Incredibles costumes from yesterday?
No, Halloween's over.
On to Thanksgiving. I'm putting on my winter coat, y'all.
On to the next. Looking for sports betting content all day long. The BetQL Network is now available nationwide on the Odyssey mobile app and website. Over 10,000 home and auto-connected devices and at the BetQLNetwork.com. This is wagertainment for every single fan, morning, afternoon, and night. Betting angles throughout the day, insights from local and national experts, entertaining content to keep both the casual and hardcore bettors engaged. Get sports betting tips from the best in the game. BetQL Network, streaming now on Odyssey. We'll learn the dibs in just a moment here for some crosstalk. Timeless Coffee, the official sponsor of the Morning Roast. Heck, the 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by Thomas Coffee with Mark Willard and Dan Dibley as the 49ers get the win yesterday, 33-22. Jimmy Garoppolo throws for over 300 yards, and Elijah Mitchell runs for over 100 yards. Deebo Samuel, he's already over 800 yards receiving. Already has a career high in receiving yards in just 7 games. Where's the season going to end? I don't know, but it looks spectacular.
Why aren't you as high on Elijah Mitchell as I am?
I like Elijah Mitchell.
Okay.
I do. He's good.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's not great. That's all. I think he's solid.
They've gotten great production out of him, considering he was their 4th-string running back heading into the season. I've been very surprised with the output that he's put out there, and I also think that the dude's a player. The dude's a player. I don't know if he's a top 10 running back. I don't really care, but he's provided the much-needed juice that this team's needed on offense.
Yeah, no, I like Elijah Mitchell. I thought he ran hard.
Are you surprised by how many carries he's getting?
You got nobody else.
I mean,
you just get.
What did Hasty get 2 or 3 carries?
Yeah, you just got Hasty back, and this is what I've wanted to see. This is what I've wanted to see from the 49ers is giving a running back a big workload. The whole running back by committee thing. Running backs need to get into a rhythm just like a quarterback.
Yeah,
just like a wide receiver. Give me Elijah Mitchell running the ball 20-plus times to see if he can handle it. 18 carries yesterday? That's about right. I didn't
think his body could hold it up because he got hurt with the stinger early on. He's way more tough than I gave him credit for.
18 carries, 137 yards. I'll take that all day long.
And if they could just get a little push on the inside from their guards and centers, God, I'd like to see them run the ball up the middle better.
That's where Banks comes in.
Yeah.
Can Banks be that guy who could push off the line? But how are you feeling about the 49ers season? 3-4 now. 3-1 on the road.
Much needed for our souls.
3-1 on the road. Now if they could just get some home games.
Jesus.
0-3 at home.
I mean, the next 2 at home. You get 2 divisional games. I mean, you could really, if you could just split Arizona and the Rams, and then find a way to win in Jacksonville. You're 5-5 after 10. God, it would feel night and day from where you were sitting there. What were they, 2-4 at one point?
Yeah.
God.
Mitchell's been good, though. Mitchell has been good. I love the catch from Hasty on third down.
That was a great catch.
It was a great catch. Hands.
Juice made a really nice play.
Right.
I thought Charlie Warner made a nice play, although, God, they could use Kittle back.
Kittle hopefully back this Sunday. Hopefully he's back this Sunday. But Elijah Mitchell was solid. I got no problem with him. And it's really surprising to me when you think that he didn't play much in the preseason, played the Raiders game, didn't know where to line up. There's some miscommunication there in the backfield. And then he's the first back off the bench in Detroit. And he hasn't looked back. I know he got hurt and he missed a game or two, but he is by far and away ahead of Trey Sermon on his depth chart. He looks so much better than Trey Sermon. Elijah Mitchell, not bad. This offense, not bad. Now, can they carry it over to next week? We shall see. Divisional game against Arizona. And it's not like they didn't move the ball against Arizona.
No, they did.
The 49ers. They crossed midfield 8 of their 9 possessions in Arizona. Again, you got to score touchdowns. You got to kick field goals. You got to get points. Score 10 against Arizona. 1 for 5 on fourth down. And that was another thing yesterday that was overlooked. 1 for 11 on third down against the Colts. The 49ers yesterday.
What were they?
Played pretty damn good on third down. Pretty damn good. 4-10.
And one of those was like a third and forever, it felt like. Was that the
third
Sanu?
and 20. That was the
Deebo as well. I'm talking about the Sanu play.
Oh, well, they didn't convert the third down there. It was third and 23, but they got in field goal
there
range.
You go. Okay.
They missed it.
That was a hell of a throw by Jimmy there. Stepped up in the pocket, delivered it downfield.
Improvised, buy time, all that stuff. So, Niners, 3-4.
I'm telling you, man, they feel great. Like, I get it. I understand coming in, well, beat the Bears. Dude, they needed a win for their soul. The quarterback needed that win. The coach needed that win. The locker room needed that win. The GM needed that win. And now I'll pause on the GM. Nick Bosa said something. I'm assuming that we pulled the sound, so I'm going to play it for you right here. Nick Bosa was being interviewed on the field by Kiana Martin, who works for the 49ers, and basically said that John Lynch addressed the team on Saturday night, and I found that interesting. Let's play the sound.
Nick, before we start anything, just how good did it feel for this team to get this win here today on the road?
It was everything to us. We've been really hurting, and John Lynch gave us a speech yesterday, and we came out and delivered. So we needed this one bad, and we got it.
What was the message to the team coming into this game? You had those games that you guys would like to have back, but now being able to bounce back. Was there a message?
There was definitely a lot of messages, but it all comes down to coming out here and playing. And I think the offense really came out and had their best game, and we did enough on defense. Obviously, could improve, but got it done.
You know, Nick Bosa, first off, every time I hear his voice, I laugh. But the GM addressing the team, what'd you think of that? Because I have some thoughts on John Lynch in general.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
It's not a common occurrence for a GM to address the team midweek on a Saturday.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I want to know what the message was. What was he telling? Was it a rah-rah, win one for the Bay? I don't know.
Win one for Kyle? Win one for Jimmy?
Very interesting. And John Lynch was smiling. The Blazer needed work when he was on the sideline yesterday. He was getting his Jerry Jones on, being on the sideline. Don't know how I feel about the GM being on the sideline at the end of games. Like Jerry Jones, like you're in the suite all day. And all of a sudden, you're on the sideline after the team wins. Like,
but he's kind of always been that guy. The thing about Dibs just came in, Willard just came in. I'm a John Lynch stan. Not for picking players. Like, we could nitpick all the GM slots. I don't even know if he controls who picks players. I'm not really sure. But him as a person, I'm a sucker for him. And so this is why he's part of the organization.
Yes.
He has this equity as a Hall of Fame player.
That's it.
And he's just a smart dude. And I really enjoy everything about him. Again, I don't even know if he picks the right players. But this is why he's in the organization. I liked what I heard.
Does he even pick the players?
He
or does Shanahan pick
well,
the players?
they're in concert. But whether or not he's doing a great job as GM, you got a gold jacket, you can be on the sideline after the game.
Exactly.
If you want to throw on the old 47 for old time's sake, sakes,
Right.
and maybe play a
could
couple
use them.
Right.
special teams.
Not bad. It's
You want to
just-
run up and down, but I'm with you on the Jerry Jones. Like, okay, come on, Jera.
Right.
You're not. You don't
Arthur
have the
Blank.
jacket.
Yeah, but Arthur Blank.
But that's an
Like,
owner.
on the sideline.
Let's not make John Lynch an owner. John's
Right.
not an
Of
owner.
course.
So are you okay with that?
Totally okay with it. Yeah, yeah. And
I mean,
unfortunately,
I don't think it's a big deal, but I'm just like, oh, that's.
Well, I love that he
that's
addressed
odd,
the team.
you know?
Didn't they need it? They were kind of circling the drains.
That's what the head coach is for.
I don't. For me, it's all how that resonates with players, and I don't think players look at John Lynch the same way players look at Jera Jones or Arthur Blank. I mean, Arthur Blank check, like they have to respect the owner because that's their paycheck. But John Lynch is someone who is on the ground with these guys and was a player.
Yeah.
I don't have any issue with him being on the sideline at all.
And on a Victory Monday, the players he did acquire, like Samson Ebukam, looking like a better signing today than we thought on Friday.
Fonte's not high on Samson.
I want to talk to Samson. It was a good game. That was his best game as a Niner.
Exactly.
He made a couple plays. He was
How about
MIA.
Jimmy?
He made the biggest
Exactly.
play of the
He
fourth
was
quarter.
MIA.
How about Jimmy? How are you guys feeling about Jimmy today?
Feeling great about Jimmy.
Right?
Yeah, and we're going to talk about conjunctions today. You remember the old Schoolhouse Rock, conjunction, junction, what's that function? And
I don't.
I do.
You got to
Do you?
go back and remember.
Yes, I totally remember.
I know
Tibbs.
you
I'm
do.
with
These
yes.
zygotes, these
Sorry.
neophytes,
I mean,
they're going to have
talk
to
about something
Google
from
it.
1965. I mean, come on,
This
man.
is probably closer to
Easy.
78.
I never saw the
78.
60s.
And you're quietly older than you let along. So I respect that.
Did you see his Incredibles outfit yesterday with the fam?
Nah, I
did not.
missed it.
Oh, yeah. This guy dressed up. I mean, the spandex is a good look for him. It was a good look for him
Not
and his
really.
family.
Did
And
this
they were
get-
the Incredibles.
Is this on IG?
Oh, yeah.
Can I see
So
this?
This is
It's
on
on
IG.
IGs.
It's on IG. IG.
IG's a tough place on Halloween. It's a little overwhelming.
Congested?
Right. It's right. It's just
the toll
like
plaza.
I mean, let's not act like oh look, my kid's dressed up. Yeah, they all did. Yeah. Across the whole, you didn't do anything special. You went to Amazon and your kid put on an outfit. Everybody did that.
I get in, I get out. Kind of like my Twitter thing these days. I get in and get out.
Yeah.
Okay, Pinocchio.
No, I do. I get in and get
No,
out.
that's good.
I
Cole
get in and get
Beasley.
out. Count my tweets from the Warriors game. I get
Weight
in and get
lifted
out.
since he got off it.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what
with
I'm saying?
you. Now it's every time you tweet, it's like how many people will be offended by
Everything.
fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Right. It's just how many
You didn't
times do you want to get
punctuate
called
it
an
properly.
idiot?
Right.
I get tired of being called an idiot or a hot take guy. Like,
Who
my
cares
thoughts.
about them?
Right.
Who cares about
My
them?
thoughts. Jimmy Garoppolo played a good game.
Played a
Yet
great
there's
game.
people who's like, oh, you know what? Now you can trade him.
No, yeah,
now you can trade him.
It's a good look, huh?
You
The
guys did
Incredibles.
good.
It's a good look. I'm
you
very
did
proud
good
of him.
because you're very. First of all, you're all in sync.
Yes.
Second of all, you're all in.
And
The
happy.
whole family
in.
went
Yeah,
all in.
exactly.
You got to go all in.
This is what you do when you have one child and it's a very young one.
Yes.
A decade from now, you'll be like, I'm in
Yeah.
the street with a
Exactly.
cocktail. Do not mess with
Yeah.
me on this night. No costume.
We had the cocktail. We live by Kitty Wardell, one of our great sales reps here at Odyssey for 95.7 The Game, and he made a nice drink. And it was like, vodka, Gatorade, vodka juice. Yeah, sure. It was a lot of vodka in there, and it was not good. It was a little too stiff.
And the outfits look great, and that's a clear case of, your lady knows what she's going to look
Smart
good
man.
in, and so the rest of the family falls in line. And so
know
if
how
she
it
says Incredibles, you say how high.
That's exactly.
Here's my credit card.
That's how we pick Christmas cards
That's
every
it.
year.
That's
it
it.
doesn't matter.
That's
Oh,
it.
don't the kids look cute in this? No, actually, they look awful. One of them's picking their nose, but you picked that one because you look good. in
And
it.
go figure. She also picks the Instagram picture because it's about what they
course.
look good in.
Yeah.
Well,
I could look
that's
crazy.
obvious.
Yeah, you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
My wife doesn't want to be on any of the social media platforms. I'm
Right.
lucky there. Let me ask you guys about Deebo Samuel. 49ers, wide receiver. We've been allergic to the forward pass for 20 years. What this guy's doing, forget the yardage and Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is the greatest. We all agree. Just in terms of him becoming an impact player, it's been a special season. I mean, this guy's really becoming a stud for this squad.
It's a super weird feeling though. Like he's so good, but there's an undercurrent to the whole thing that's uncomfortable.
What's that?
I think because the 49ers only throw to him.
40% of the targets or whatever it is.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's nothing, no shade at Deebo.
Yeah.
He's been fantastic. But I'm sorry, those numbers are clouded by my Brandon Ayuk questions. They're clouded by it.
He came out yesterday, though, 40-something yards.
He did.
Best game of the year.
So it's like, can we just play with Brandon Ayuk now? Can we stop this game?
I'm with you.
He eclipsed 100 yards on the season.
Well, you don't want to take away from Sanu's touches.
Season, not in the game. And by the way, they took a deep shot, gentlemen.
Thank God.
They took a deep shot. They threw the ball in the air and it traveled. The camera had to actually pan up for the first time all year. It was spectacular.
You're listening to 95.7 Game KGMZ FM in HD1 San Francisco and Odyssey Station, brought to you in part by DuckDuckGo, Privacy Simplified. Don't forget the 9 a.m. hour, brought to you by our great friends at Timeless Coffee. Yes, the ball did travel in the air, and we're all like, I thought it was another ho-hum. This is how the half's going to end here with another drive with the clock running down, and Jimmy steps up and throws a dime, and it was a spiral.
I was almost going to have to call. I have a very good buddy. His name is Matt Spiegel. He does radio in Chicago, so he knows the Bears well. And back in the
Clean up.
in the Mitch Trubisky era of the Chicago Bears, as he was a young quarterback, the Bears and Matt Nagy were doing the same thing: run right, run left, bubble screen here. And so they did a spoof on their radio show. You remember the song Let It Go.
Oh, yeah.
Let It Go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
They changed it to Let Him Throw.
Is that from Frozen?
From
the
Frozen
Frozen collection?
So they did
I was like,
whole
the tune is off a little here, guys.
Well, of course it is. I mean, listen to us. But anyway, they changed it to Let Him Throw, and I almost was like, dude, we might need to bring that song back. But thankfully, they let him throw.
Yeah?
They let him air that sucker out yesterday, and it looked good. They scored 33 points.
How about Bosa? I thought Bosa played great yesterday. I know there's a couple plays. Justin Fields got him on the little keeper,
he
but
doesn't need to be
Bosa's a
perfect.
beast.
Yeah, he's a game changer.
I don't know about great, though, with this defense. This offense is going to have to score a lot of points because I thought the defense lost containment. I thought they got pushed at the line of scrimmage. Too many times Justin Fields got outside the pocket. DBs were okay at best. Like, I'm having...
But you gave up field goals in the first half and not touchdowns.
But I'm having a tough time. I'm channeling my inner Steiny saying, are we really going to throw one?
Please don't.
I just don't want to throw around the word great.
No,
we
they're
throw
not.
around great.
No.
Talk about Steph Curry. I'm not going to do that with this 49ers team yet.
I'm not doing
Sorry, Dibs.
I'm not doing that with any defense.
Come on.
You lost me.
I can't go great on anything yesterday.
You hit me with a 906 Steiny.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Man.
He's abandoned right now. I'm
Should be
so
coming
jealous.
back, yeah.
So jealous.
I'm a man of nuance.
Tiny.
I was wondering if he's be back today. He's not back today. He's
I'm
still
not
abandoned.
sure, but when he does come back, he's got a story to tell. Shout out Biggie Smalls. I got a story to tell. It's not a story like that.
Yeah,
but
I was going to say, did he cross the New York Nick?
No, he'll share, I'm sure. I don't want to tease it too much.
You've been connected
There's
to
a
Steiny
tournament
over the weekend.
Well, we have a tournament group. We play in this tournament in Truckee every July, 44 to 50 of us, and there's an ongoing WhatsApp thread.
Am I allowed to join this now?
I think perhaps. There's a waiting
Perhaps, he
list.
said.
There's a Q rating algorithm, and I'm not sure if you're there yet because I'm not.
What tier is Mark Willard now?
Talk to your people.
He's up there. He goes back. I mean, he's 20 years in the business. You know.
So he's tier 3?
Yeah, he's a solid tier 3. Although quietly with his crossover work, he's tier 2.
Am I in tier 2?
You actually are rising, Bonte. You're up from the tier 5 Shaskyville, we call it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, started from the bottom, now I'm here. Stuck in the bottom.
That was just a that's a Roger Federer. Backhand compliment.
The Tears really drove content for a day on our show with Steiny
love
Guru.
Well, if I'm in tier 5, hopefully I'm getting some strokes.
Actually, based on the Harris Ranch you brought, you're a solid tier 4. Because those things, I got a couple thawed in the fridge right now. I got a couple fillets for tonight.
How good are those?
Couple fillets on deck, boys.
What do you guys got cooked up for today? Speaking of steaks.
Talking Sharkies?
Yeah,
Cal football?
Hey, big COVID win.
Big
COVID win.
And let's say Pokashevsky?
Yeah.
Are we talking Pokashevsky?
Well, so there's this, but I will also tell you that apparently Harry Kalish did say that he wanted to weigh in and put together an NFL Films piece just based on yesterday's 49ers victory. So,
and you remember Harry Callis, the old, it was John Facenda and Harry Callis. Well, we have a line to Harry Kalish, which is pretty special. He's not quite Harry Callis, but you wouldn't know the difference.
Is this like Mr. C up in heaven? Is he still walking around begging for somebody to come grab him?
Wow, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
It's just me, Howard Cosell, Mr. C up in heaven.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Goo.
Don't do that, Goo.
That's one of my favorites.
Goo, by the way, Goo up and down. Oh,
Don't do that,
my guy, are you surprised? Last Monday, it was doom and gloom.
Yeah.
This guy.
And now he's back in a Niners hoodie.
This guy, I will not allow this. This week,
What are you
tried
not
to, on the
allowing?
first hour of the show, Bonte, the Niners are half game behind the wild card. And I'm just like, no.
Watching that
You're not
Minnesota
allowed to reveal the standings
Yes,
in the
I am.
NFC after last week.
We're
Can't
halfway
do it.
through the season.
I'm now the ambassador and the
love
voice
it.
of reason for the 49er fan base. This last week, you lost to the Colts. Wait, relax.
Cool Hand Luke,
Long
this is
season.
my account. And let me tell you this right now. The way I'm looking at this bad boy is that I know it was doom and gloom, but that's the NFL. You live and die by every single week. Last week, Arizona looked unbeatable.
Well,
This
Will's
week,
like looking at you
this
rolling his
week,
eyes,
I'm
like,
saying to
yeah.
myself,
Like,
Colt McCoy?
You don't have to be on
Colt
that
McCoy?
coaster.
You don't have to be.
There's a line that you get in for
Mark,
that coaster, or you could just get a fast pass, or you could just sit there like I do when they go on the coasters that go
This is
upside
the
down 15
religion
times.
of the 49ers.
Nah, man.
This is the religion.
No, you need to know that it's always possible that Kyler Murray gets hurt and misses the next game. Or Jameis Winston is out for the year or whatever.
Eric Henry.
The whole
Daniil Hunter,
picture
Minnesota.
changes every week. It changes, and it's going to change.
Half game out, Mark.
Yep. And
Let's go.
And it might be a half game up next
The
Monday.
morning flip-flop is over.
Yep.
We'll be back tomorrow. Dibs and Willard next here on 95.7 The Game.
They're longtime friends.
Let me tell you something real quick about